Welcome in, everyone. Today, we're going to start something new. We're going to play an RPG. We're going to play it for a long time. We're not going to cut anything. We're going to grind if we need to. Although this particular RPG doesn't really require any grinding. So, there's that for this one at least. This is going to be very relaxed, very laid back. I encourage you to find a nice blanket, a book to read, maybe a game to play. I don't know, something to. This is very much background. I don't think I'd be entertaining for 4 hours at a time, but I think there's some great RPGs that we could play together. This is definitely one. An amazing storyline's going to be shown to you. Or at least amazing moments. Maybe not everything works great, but I think this game's pretty damn good. But yeah, just relax, enjoy the time. Let it just help you drift away a little bit. JoJo's looking at her sister up in the cat tree. It's very cute. Full disclosure, I am going to use a little bit of a walkthrough for this. We're not going to use it for anything strategic or anything. All those decisions will be mine. You know, who to use, what to use. But I'm probably not going to get a chance to play this game again. So I want to try and see everything. I want to try and not miss anything. So we're going to just kind of follow along, make sure we get items, make sure we don't miss anything missable, stuff like that. Without further ado, everyone, this is Lost Odyssey. I say right as it switches. All right. We'll do fast text speed. We'll leave the captions on. Not going to save the battle cursor because I always forget when it does save itself and then end up screwing up. We're not going to do any auto inputs. Cameras are fine. All this is good. Yeah, you'll see me looking over quite a bit. Hopefully not too much. Again, it's the walkthrough I found has pretty nice maps for items. So here we go. Such ridiculous helmets. Terrifying siege machine. Hell of an intro. Alright, we get right into combat. This is mostly scripted, I believe, so. Really just hitting buttons right now. Kind of makes battle look cooler than it ends up being. That's not true. Combat in this game is pretty cool. You don't even really get to see the big mechanic of it in this fight. See if I can turn vibration off. My old hands do not do well with a vibrating controller anymore. I don't think it matters if we attack the left or the right, so. At least this is actually hitting it. I think that would have done more damage. It's a very scary blade. I wonder if I should have defended. Ah, we're alive, it's fine. Need to alternate? I guess I need to alternate. Maybe this isn't as scripted as I thought. I'm gonna die in the first battle. Do we have healing items? Yeah, we do.
Okay.
That is not a ton of healing. Alright, we're gonna guard this time so that we don't take the big blade damage. Yeah, see that was quite a bit less. I don't remember which one the last one I attacked was. I think I chose correct. Okay, so it's alternating, right? So the flamethrower should be next, so we can survive another hit. Yeah. It's doing magma, flamethrower, arm up. Is that what it's doing every time? And I just now I'm noticing.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. This is the big hit, so. I don't remember which one I attacked. Well, I did that now.
Okay.
Are we supposed to lose this fight? Am I being a dummy? Nothing more classic in an RPG than a fight you're supposed to lose, but
Okay.
waste a crap ton of resources on because you don't realize that. Alright, so we need to attack left side. Maybe I am supposed to die. Feels like we've had, I guess I've wasted quite a few hits. Oh, we got it. Okay. Oh, we didn't finish it yet, though. Alright, so Blade's gonna go up. We're going for it. I mean, that's got to be the death of it, right?
Darker! What's happening? I've never seen this before.
This just feels like cheating. It's one way to end a fight. But Kime survives. All right. That's right. This game is old enough that it still has actual save points. All right. Now, this is where we'll start looking over for our items.
Let's take him now.
Really makes you wonder what was under the armor to begin with. be unsent. Because they are absolutely dissolving into pyroflask. No SP yet. Okay, so we got something over here that we acquire by just ramming shit. Healing medicine. Oop, a bruiser ring. Okay. So we're going to do the tutorial so that we can go through it together, but this is going to be the cool part of the combat now. So to trigger the target ring system, you need rings. After you equip your character with rings, the attack command will bring up the target ring automatically. The target ring battle system adds assorted abilities to your normal attack with weapons. While the target ring system is activated, the target ring and time count will be displayed when you choose the attack command. When the time count starts, hold down the right trigger and release it when the outer ring is directly over the target ring. If your timing is right, your attack will be completely effective. Perfect is the best result. If the time runs out or your timing was poor, your result will be bad and you will not achieve any additional effect. You can achieve additional effects with the target ring system depending upon the ring you equip. You can choose your ring according to your situation. So, it's going to give bonuses to our attack, essentially. So this one is just damage up. And we'll be able to get new rings, and I believe even craft new rings, if I remember correctly, as the game progresses. Why can I... Oh, I need to go through there. Okay. Got more stuff we can ram. Angel's Plume. So now we'll get to see the ring in action, and we'll get to see if I have any muscle memory from this game. I'll take that. So what is that? I think our last attacks did 90. So about a 30% increase in damage. Nothing to scoff at. That one was only good. So, I mean, you see the difference there in a good and a perfect. And from not having the ring at all. So it definitely gives you more kind of customization to your playstyle.
No one gets
Especially as we gather more of our party characters. I don't even remember how many rings there are. I like RPGs that do something like that with combat too, though, that don't make it just mindlessly tap X or A, you know.
like taking candy from
Gives me a reason to, you know, really pay attention. Other than, like, maybe just being stupid difficult or something. Plus, I kind of like the, I don't know, almost rhythm challenge. Nameplate attained. What's a nameplate? Keep hitting options to... It's a valuable. Okay. Oh, I see that. Okay.
Out of my way.
This Lost Odyssey was one of 2 RPGs for the Xbox 360 made specifically to try and make the console more popular in Japan. This and Blue Dragon, which I think we will also play at some point. Really overlooked too by a lot of people that even like RPGs, because the 360 was not really an RPG console. And Xbox and Microsoft have always struggled to sell in Japan. I mean, at this point, they just struggle to sell in general. That's why Microsoft's now going multi-platform. I'll be interested to see how many games Microsoft actually takes to the Switch and PS5. I like the different consoles for different reasons. I mean, let's face it, the Switch pretty much only exists for Nintendo first-party titles, though. If you're somebody that likes to play the vast majority of your games on Switch, I encourage you to email me and tell me why. No more healing medicine. Be weird to see Gears on PS3. I think there was an original build. If I remember my gaming lore, there was an original build of Gears of War 4 PS3. But it'd still just be very weird to me to have Gears on PS5 or whatever. And Gears is one of my favorite series of all time. I'm hoping they do a remastered collection, kind of like they did for the Master Chief collection. Because if so, a buddy and I are going to go through it. I, on my Twitch stream, did the original games 1, 2, 3, and Judgment all on the hardest difficulty, and that was quite the challenge. I'd happily do it again. Alright, we got another save point. We're gonna save every time we see one. You never know when a system's gonna crash or something's gonna go wrong. We probably saved more than we should. More medicine.
See anything?
See. Maybe under the... Yeah.
Here, let me help.
Hold this. I'm gonna die.
Hey,
What?
that guy over there. He's still alive. Huh? Hey, you!
What about the others? You alone?
What's your name? Your unit?
Second Lieutenant Kai Marganar, Commander, 17th Platoon, Armored Magic Troopers.
It's a miracle you made it. Come with me. This way. Unbelievable. One survivor.
Yeah. Amazing he made it out safe. Especially in that outfit.
Why are they commenting on my clothes, man? Okay, so this pulled us past some items. Want to make sure we don't miss nothing. There's one. And it looks like we got one more right here. Yeah. Well, none of them were like overly important items, but still. I'll often have kind of basic guides set up when I play a game, because I like to keep track of how far I've gotten, how much more to go, which is a dumb thing to do when you're playing in the night and you realize, hey, there's only like 2 more pages of this walkthrough. I should just finish the game, right? And then it takes like, 3 hours and you don't go to bed till 4 a.m. Alright, so you can assemble rings you need for the target ring system using ring assembly. Remember that you need components for ring assembly. There are many different kinds of components. These components can be earned in battle or found in treasure chests or at stores. The ring itself can be used as a component too. On the ring assembly screen, you will find ring formula list. If you have the required components, you can assemble rings right away. Discover what's possible on the ring assembly screen when you find new components. You will find new ring formulas as you obtain new ring components. You can filter the ring formulas by pressing the X button. Search the formulas as you attain new components. I don't think there's... I gotta start hitting the right button. I don't think there's anything we can really build right now that would be... Yeah. We need Guardian ore, and we could do a damage level up 1+. Effect area is widened. I don't really know what... Why does that make me think that you could hit more than one thing? I don't remember that being a thing, but it has been a very long time since I played this game, so... That'll be the other curious thing about some of the games we play for RPGs, is how well do they hold up compared to what I had in my mind. I can't believe this war ended like this. I hear that a meteor fell on the battlefield. Is it true? How did such a thing happen? That sure showed them. We wiped those Kent scum out. That's what happens to those who go up against Ura. I'm amazed that you made it out alive. You can take that armored car. It should be leaving very soon. Well, I think we will. Yep, let's board the armored car.
We're pulling out! Let's move!
That was the end of my map, so I'm just pulling up the next one. I'm alright since I was on the edge of the battlefield, but the rest of my unit... Yeah. Did you see that busted up magic weapon? I can't believe even magic energy couldn't protect it. I only saw a flash of light followed by a big bang, then everyone was wiped out, friend or foe. What the hell was that? Oh.
That's Officer Seth Balmore with the 43rd Magic Division. She's like you. She got out in one piece.
Really? You two are walking miracles. Hey,
It's interesting that almost comic panels this game is presented in comic book style, I mean.
Here's where you get off, Lieutenant.
The Council wishes to hear from a survivor, sir. Sorry, not you, Officer Balmore.
hey, I'm a survivor too.
The Council has only summoned Lieutenant Argonar. Sit down and shut up.
Well, that's just weird.
This way, Lieutenant.
I'm a survivor. Hi, Seth.
Follow me.
Yeah, we're gonna follow you pretty lazily, though. We got a bunch of stuff to grab. Okay, so... That's not what I thought it was going to be. We're looking for a seed. I was looking at the map wrong. That's not where we started. It was where the seed was. It's actually up here. This feels like a weird spot to have a trash can to anyone else. I mean, maybe they're really anti-littering, but I don't know. It just feels strange to have it. Maybe this guy produces a lot of trash. Maybe there's a lot of snacking going on at the guard tower. Gotta be something like that, right? Okay, so we got everything else here. Oh no, we didn't open this one. We're kind of a plague on society, just running around and kicking the tops off trash cans. Not a ton to see in this elevator area. But we're slowly getting to more interesting spots. An antidote. Well, how is it sitting behind like a paper flower? Or paper flower flyer? Like, what is an antidote? Is it just a bomb that we're scraping off the wall or something? Ooh, 100 gold. Something on this side. 10G. Healing medicine. And then this should be a seed. Yep. What are you guys doing, huh? Someone in my unit reckons a lone soldier survived the tragedy at the Highlands of Wool, but I can't believe anyone made it out of that alive. Well, believe it, buddy. What about you? No. I don't know if maybe I clicked on the same one or if you just didn't have anything interesting to say. You're dressed awesomely. All aboard will be departing. Well, you didn't have anything interesting to say. Here's a note for game developers. If you're going to put someone in that unique an outfit, have them have something interesting to say. Alright, beginning to think it's just some kind of uniform for these people. Oh, I wanted to go talk to that guy.
Soldier that can't die.
The soldier that can't die.
The 17th Division. That was the front line. They were smack in the middle of the Wool Highlands. No one could have survived that meteor crash. But here you are, without a scratch.
Beg your pardon, Lieutenant, but it's really strange. The few we were able to save were far from the center of impact, and even those men were seriously injured. It's hard to believe that anyone could have survived that inferno.
Then don't believe it.
That's right. I don't care. I don't need your validation.
The Council won't like that attitude. Come on, tell us. How'd you make it?
None of your beeswax. Do you have anything interesting to say? There's mass panic at the capital and fear that it will be the target of the next meteor. Some people have already started to flee. I don't know that I blame them. Say that people from both sides were wiped out together in the Highlands of Wool. What the hell happened out there? You've heard about the meteor that fell in the Highlands of Wool, right? Everyone died, it seems. It's terrible. Is this all people want to talk about? The story about the meteor is already spread through the capital. Could this also be the work of magic energy? People everywhere are frightened. Credit roll. I believe it was Mistwalker that made Blue Dragon 2. I think these were the only 2 games they made. They might have done the... because I believe there's a Blue Dragon game on the DS that was actually a tactical RPG instead of a turn-based. I never got a chance to play it. Maybe we will. I got lots of things I'd like to play. Good thing I spend a ton of time recording games, right? I don't know why, but that creeps me out. Looks a lot like an eye. Big ass town. Yeah, I don't know. All this just creeps me out. It's like megalophobia. There's giant things that shouldn't be giant. Maybe they don't even have to be things that shouldn't be giant. Maybe it's just giant things in general freak me out.
30 years ago, a new power manifested itself onto the world. With its discovery came the magic industrial revolution. This power came to be called magic energy. Even now, there are none who can explain why this power, a power that merely lay buried within all living creatures, suddenly flourished as it did. Today, this magic energy permeates every corner of the world. It has changed the way people live, transformed the shape of industry, and has even altered the nature of war.
Well, yeah, when you can just throw meteors at your enemies.
Is it true the Kents have requested a truce?
Indeed. We heard that enough men were committed to cover the Wall Highlands and that most of the Kent force were eliminated. This war was started by them. It's only right they withdraw.
We've also lost a tremendous number of troops. After suffering such a devastating loss, if the Goatsa were to strike now, there would be no way we could defend our country.
And there are also whispers that Goatsa was pulling strings behind the invasion.
What makes you think that the Goatsa were involved?
We have confirmed that a large amount of military hardware has been moved from Goatsa to Kent. We assume Goatsa plans to use Kent to keep things stirred up and destabilize Ura.
Are you saying that even the meteor crash was a Goatsan plot?
My lord, I have some disturbing information on that subject. We suspect that a situation at Grandstaff may have caused the meteor crash.
Grandstaff? This is not the first time that stories about them reached my ears.
This is not confirmed, but magic energy may have leaked out of Grand Staff, interfered with something in outer space, and precipitated this disaster.
Gongora,
Yes, my lord.
the Grand Staff falls under your jurisdiction. Do you have anything to say?
Nothing for the moment. Where did you get this information? Construction of Grand Staff is going smoothly.
Never trust a politician.
Now that the forces of Ura have suffered such devastating losses, I think we have no other way to protect our land except with the magic energy that Grand Staff will provide. We should hold off on debating the pros and cons of Grand Staff until we've thoroughly reviewed the world's current situation.
What you say makes sense, but our plan to use magic energy is a double-edged sword. With all sorts of rumors flying around, we might want to halt construction of Grand Staff.
What?
Only temporarily. As soon as it's clear that Grand Staff had nothing to do with the meteor collision, we'll resume construction immediately, Gongora.
Engraved. Oh, that's not a ring for us. That's just a ring. So someone lost a ring. Looks like they might have lost a ring. You over here. You can see the council hall over there across the monorail. That's the nerve center of Ura's government. Alright, so they did not lose a ring. Maybe one of the guards? Did you lose a ring? Please get on the lift. We must hurry. Okay. Get on the lift. Yeah. They really want us to do that. Oh, you don't have a helmet on. You're special. Hey, did you hear? Everyone who went to the Highlands of Woe was annihilated. You seem weirdly excited about that. What about you? You're off on your own. Boastful Golas. You have a question? Go ask the station crew. I'm just here on patrol. Well, none of you are very helpful. Called Waterstone. Yep, okay. Oh, I skipped that. Hopefully the station worker isn't who lost the ring. Wow, move slower, guys. We don't have time to waste here. Once we're out of the station, please follow me straight to the council. We must get moving, Lieutenant Argonar. It's quite a long way to the council hall. You're going to wait for me to save at the very least. Okay. Over here somehow. Ooh, did you lose a ring? Meteor fell in the Highlands of Woe. A meteor? How insane is that? What happens if another one falls here? Well, you all die. That's what happens. Mana herb. Are you perhaps a lost and found? Welcome. This is where you go if you need directions or have any questions about how to use the monorail system. We also handle PA system announcements, monorail status reports, and lost and found services. Let me know if you need anything. Yeah. I believe we just had someone inquire about this earlier. The ring was a gift from the owner's fiancé. He was a young soldier and he was quite distraught. I'm sure this will make him very happy. I was asked to present a certain item to whoever brought the ring here, so please take this. Hey, Kirill. Alright, dope. I was kind of being a smartass about Lost and Found, too. Lost and Found's not something you expect to see in a game like this, really. Okay, so that clears out this map of items. Let me just get the next thing pulled up real quick. Why are you not working? Well, that's not good. Okay. Sorry. I mean, you wouldn't have had to sit there with me through that, but yeah, my internet crapped, and I was a little worried their OBS was not working properly either for a minute, but we're okay. We're gonna keep going. It was very strange, very scary. I would have been very sad to lose the past 40 minutes. Why is this blue? Who are you? This is the boarding area for magic taxis, and unfortunately it's out of service at this time due to orders from above. So we can use that to fast travel later. Alright, so we got an item here. There's a seed. What's up with you, huh? Monorail is free because it's wartime, but those guards on watch freak me out a little bit. Yeah, I don't blame you. They're weird helmets. And what is this I'm kicking now? At least before the trash can made sense. Got something over here. Oh. Yeah, what is this thing? I got no idea. Poster over here. Let me see. Can we go back? No, I guess not. That's in the way. And looks like one more thing over here. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, here it is. These are all a lot more obvious than I remember them being. Maybe I don't need the guide.
Well done. You may leave. Lieutenant Kaya Marganar, we thank you for a job well done. I am Roxian, chairman of the Central Council of Ura. Well, Lieutenant, it seems people are calling you the Immortal. We've heard there were almost no survivors from Ura or Kent after the meteor crashed on the Highlands, and yet you appear to be unharmed, even though you were presumably at the precise point of impact. Tell me, how did you survive?
I don't know.
My lord, please allow me to explain.
Fine. Speak.
Thank you, my lord. Actually, this man is immortal thanks to my magic energy. He is under a spell of immortality that I conjured.
I wish to know more. This immortality spell, how does it work?
I don't know.
What? Are you saying that you don't know about the spell cast on you?
You don't know about it either.
I don't remember. I recall nothing.
My lord, this man has lost his memory. However, he is skilled in magic energy. So I have been studying his abilities.
Then what can you tell us, Gongora?
With all due respect, my lord, the spell is a curse. It is said that merely hearing it brings death near. For the safety of everyone, it is better that the spell be kept secret.
Very well. Since I trust your studied opinion, I shall take your word that we should not know the spell. Death is determined by fate, and one cannot fight it.
I don't know about that.
Lieutenant, since it seems that you cannot be killed, the Council would like to bestow a special mission on you. We want you to go to Grandstaff.
My lord.
Gongora, you cannot keep this hidden any longer. Till now, construction has been left up to you, but we've lost contact with the site.
I'd like to point out that Roxian is more upset with Gongora about Grandstaff than he is about the fact that Gongora apparently created an immortality spell and told no one.
It's just that...
Gongora! Until we can confirm that Grand Staff project is safe, construction shall be suspended.
Yes, my lord.
So now, Lieutenant Argonar. You know of Grand Staff, under construction in the Sea of Bas?
I've heard that it's a magic staff.
Yes, it is. As you just heard, all communications with the site have been cut off for some time now. Considering the danger from magic energy leaks, we suspect that no one can investigate the possible cause, except someone immortal.
What would their plan have been had Kaim not shown up?
Well, there is someone else.
What did you say?
At the Wall Highlands, another immortal. Her name is Balmor.
Well then, this other one shall accompany you. I shall summon her. Quickly, make the arrangements.
Right away, my lord.
My lord, pardon me for saying this, but I'm building Grand Staff for the sake of our nation and its people.
Enough! We will await Kaim's return and report.
Of course, my lord.
You are dismissed, Lieutenant.
Thank you for coming, Lieutenant Argonar. I have word from Chairman Roxian that you are off duty until further official orders from the Council. There's a fine inn just along this street for you to stay and wait for your orders. We have already arranged for the Council to connect you there. You can check the local inns and shops with the navigation map on the top right corner of the screen. You can also zoom in and out by pressing the back button. Can I? I didn't know that. Alright, save real quick. I say real quick. It's not quick though, is it? Alright. And we'll grab some items on our way. I probably missed that one. I wonder if this is why I never had good rings. I missed all this crap. Magma fragment. I have to assume I knew to kick these things before. I mean, the posters are kind of obvious. I definitely would have missed that first one we grabbed, just because of its placement, but... we probably would have missed this one, too. It's just crap everywhere, damn. Never mind, I am glad we have the guide. I didn't even notice this one was flapping. Oh boy. Two redstone. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Apparently we cannot pet the doggo. Let's check out the tavern first. Tavern people gotta have info, right? The council is telling us we have won the war, but can it really be called a victory at the cost of this many lives? Can I take your order, or perhaps I can convince you to treat me to something? Alright, so we're looking for 3 yellow pots in here, too. We'll find the items first, and then we'll talk to people. Alright. This dude looks hammered. Those beastly Kent must have attacked Ura to take over our magic industries. Yeah, that's definitely it. Apparently Goatsa in the north is pulling the strings behind the Kent attack. I guess eventually they'll attack Ura directly. So you're the immortal who survived the Highlands of Woe incident? Are you even human? How does everybody know? Like, did they put my picture out on Magic TV or something? What about you? What do you guys say? Kent attack has been repelled, but our forces have been devastated. What's going to happen to us? The war is over, but this hard time continues. How about a drink to help you forget for a while? No drinking for me. You get bored drinking when you're an immortal. Alright. Oh, yeah, didn't even see that one. There's one more thing here. Oh, another sheet. Okay, that's everything on this street then. Let's check the armor shop. There's no proprietor. I guess we can't buy anything right now then. Are you the proprietor? Your owner of the store often goes traveling to find quality items. I appreciate his enthusiasm, but we can't shop while he's away. That upsets me. Same, bro. I want a new sword. Alright, well, that's at the end then.
And now, counselors, I propose that Gongora be removed from Grand Staff Project, with control transferred to this council.
My lord.
In addition, until Lieutenant Argonar completes his investigation, I propose that Gongora be confined to his residence under surveillance. Those who disagree with my proposal, raise your hands now.
It appears I have no choice but to agree.
I see there are no objections. It is decided.
Okay. So I want to grab our item. Oh, that's the first one on the list. We'll wait to save. Okay. Closet, chest. All in these two rooms. Well, what's this glowing then? To our dear guests, do you have any questions, comments, or suggestions? Kindly write them down here. We came here for our honeymoon. We'll never forget this experience of a lifetime. We'll treasure it forever. Thank you. It rained the whole time. How could I have any fun? It's like bad weather just follows me around. The soldiers were loud. Everything was so expensive. I just want to go home. At least the girl was really cute. Her food was good. This was my first time in the city. It's been an interesting and meaningful trip. I'd like to visit again. I came here to send my son off to the army. He's such a kind-hearted boy. I'm worried that he won't fit in with those military types. I just pray that he'll be back safe. I rode on the monorail. I saw the castle. I played with the dog. I'm gonna go to my grandma's house tomorrow. I can't wait. Why couldn't we play with the dog then? Garbage. That's what I'm gonna write in the guest book. Could not pet the doggo. Hey, do we have another guest book here? Alright, that's all our items. Why do I keep doing that? What did we get here? Alright, so here's another thing. We can learn kind of abilities with equipment. There'll be another way, but I'm not going to tell you about that yet. But by equipping this, what is this, crisis defense boost, we'll be able to learn that ability when we get SP in battle. So I think it's like 1 SP per enemy in battle. And some are cheap like that, and then some get, you know, very expensive as you go. Let's see what this book says. We're a street map. Okay, we have one of those. Magnificent structure serves as the entrance to the city of Ura, as well as providing protection from enemies. The monorail station has now become an essential part of Ura's transportation, and it is one of the blessings from the Magic Industrial Revolution. Downtown, the beautiful sights of Main Street are the most memorable part of Ura. The charmingly authentic Flagstones Boulevard melds seamlessly with the wonders of modern magic engine technology to create a wonderful blend of old and new Ura in one unique view. Are they trying to sell me this place? The palace, even under Ura's modern Republican government, the palace's majestic exterior continues to loom over Ura. Rebuilt as part of the Magic Industrial Revolution, this symbolic structure continues to serve as one of the city's most recognizable buildings. Transportation in Ura. The monorail system is inexpensive and runs frequently, so it's your best chance for visiting downtown or the palace area. For those who prefer a more personal touch, magic taxis offer a high level of privacy. Some merchants even conduct their most important meetings inside. Yeah, that sounds shady as shit. Yeah, we got business to discuss. Let's get a taxi. Nothing good happens in that taxi, I can tell you this. Welcome, the council has told me about you. Please enjoy your stay.
As Kaim slips into deep sleep, his dream unfolds. A dream or his past. At this moment, there is no way he could know.
I sleep in full armor too. Kaim recalls a memory that was locked deep within his heart. And this is the other big reason I'm going to use the walkthrough. The game has dreams, memories of Kaim's history, that you have to do stuff to find that you can then read really interesting short stories. And I've never found them all. And I want to this time. So this is our first one. The family members have tears in their eyes when they welcome Kaim back to the inn from his long journey. Thank you so much for coming. He understands the situation immediately. The time for departure is drawing near. This is Hannah's departure. Too soon, too soon. But still he knows this day would have to come sometime, and not in the distant future. I might never see you again, she said to him with a sad smile when he left on his journey, her smiling face almost transparent in its whiteness, so fragile and therefore indescribably beautiful as she lay in bed. May I see Hannah now? He asks. The innkeeper gives him a tiny nod and says, "I don't think she'll know who you are, though." "She hasn't opened her eyes since last night," he warns Kime. "You can tell from the slight movement of her chest that she is clinging to a frail thread of life, but it could snap at any moment. It's such a shame. I know you made a special point to come here for her." Another tear glides down the wife's cheek. "Never mind, it's fine," Kime says. He has been present in innumerable deaths, and his experience has taught him much. Death takes away the power of speech first of all, then the ability to see. What remains alive to the very end, however, is the power to hear. Even though the person has lost consciousness, it by no means unusual for the voices of the family to bring forth smiles or tears. Kime puts his arm around the woman's shoulder and says, "I have lots of travel stories to tell her. I've been looking forward to this my whole time on the road." Instead of smiling, the woman releases another large tear and nods to Kime. "And Hannah was so looking forward to hearing your stories." Her sobs almost drown out her words. The innkeeper says, "I wish I could urge you to rest up from your travels before you see her, but..." Kime interrupts his apologies. "Of course I'll see her right away. There is very little time left." Hannah, the only daughter of the innkeeper and his wife, will probably breathe her last breath before the sun comes up. Kime lowers his pack to the floor and quietly opens the door to Hannah's room. Hannah was frail from birth. Far from enjoying the opportunity to travel, she rarely left the town or even the neighborhood in which she was born and raised. "This child will probably not live to adulthood," the doctor told her parents. To this tiny girl with extraordinarily beautiful doll-like features, the gods had dealt an all too sad destiny. That they had allowed her to be born the only daughter of the keepers of a small inn by the highway was perhaps one small act of atonement for such iniquity. Hannah was unable to go anywhere, but the guests who stayed at her parents' inn would tell her stories of the countries and towns and landscapes and people that she would never know. Whenever new guests arrived at the inn, Hannah would ask them, "Where are you from? Where are you going? Can you tell me a story?" She would sit and listen to their stories with sparkling eyes, urging them on to new episodes with, "And then? And then?" When they left the inn, she would beg them, "Please come back and tell me lots and lots of stories about faraway countries." She would stand there waving until the person disappeared far down the highway, give one lonely sigh, and go back to bed. Hannah is sound asleep. No one else is in the room, perhaps an indication that she has long since passed the stage when the doctors can do anything for her. Kime sits down in the chair next to the bed and says with a smile, "Hello, Hannah. I'm back." She does not respond. Her little chest, still without the swelling of a grown woman, rises and falls almost imperceptibly. "I went far across the ocean this time," he tells her. "The ocean on the side where the sun comes up. I took a boat from the harbor way, way, way far beyond the mountains you can see from this window, and I was on the sea from the time the moon was perfectly round till it got smaller and smaller and then bigger and bigger until it was full again. There was nothing but ocean as far as the eye could see, just the sea and the sky. Can you imagine it, Hannah? You've never seen the ocean, but I'm sure people have told you about it. It's like a huge, big, endless puddle." Kime chuckles to himself, and it seems to him that Hannah's pale white cheek moves slightly. She can hear him. Even if she cannot speak or see, her ears are still alive. Believing and hoping this to be true, Kime continues with the story of his travels. He speaks no words of parting. As always with Hannah, Kime smiles with a special gentleness he has never shown to anyone else, and he goes on telling his tales with a bright voice, sometimes even accompanying his story with an exaggerated gesture. He tells her about the blue ocean. He tells her about the blue sky. He says nothing about the violent sea battle that stained the ocean red. He never tells her about those things. Hannah was still a tiny girl when Kime first visited the inn. When she asked him, "Where are you from? And will you tell me some stories?" with her childish pronunciation and innocent smile, Kime felt a soft glow in his chest. At the time, he was returning from a battle. More precisely, he had ended one battle and was on his way to the next. His life consisted of traveling from one battlefield to another, and nothing about that had changed to this day. He has taken the lives of countless enemy troops and witnessed the deaths of countless comrades on the battlefield. Moreover, the only thing separating enemies from comrades is the slightest stroke of fortune. Had the gears of destiny turned in a slightly different way, his enemies would have been comrades and his comrades' enemies. This is the fate of the mercenary. He was spiritually worn down back then and feeling unbearably lonely. As a possessor of eternal life, Kime had no fear of death, which was precisely why each of the soldiers' faces distorted in fear, and why each face of a man who died in agony was permanently burned into his brain. Ordinarily, he would spend nights on the road drinking, immersing himself in an alcoholic stupor, or pretending to. He was trying to make himself forget the unforgettable. When, however, he saw Hannah's smile as she begged him for stories about his long journey, he felt a far warmer and deeper comfort than he could ever obtain from liquor. He told her many things. About a beautiful flower he discovered on the battlefield. About the bewitching beauty of the mist filling the forest night before the final battle. About the marvelous taste of the spring water in a ravine where he and his men had fled after losing a battle. About a vast, bottomless blue sky he saw after a battle. He never told her anything sad. He kept his mouth shut about the human ugliness and stupidity he witnessed endlessly on the battlefield. He concealed his position as a mercenary from her, kept silent regarding his reasons for traveling constantly, and spoke only of things that were beautiful and sweet and lovely. He sees now that he told Hannah only beautiful stories of the road like this, not so much out of concern for her purity, but for his own sake. Staying in the inn where Hannah waited to see him turned out to be one of Kime's small pleasures in life. Telling her about the memories he brought back from his journeys, he felt some degree of salvation, however slight. 5 years, 10 years, his friendship with the girl continued. Little by little, she neared adulthood, which meant that, as the doctors had predicted, each day brought her that much closer to death. And now, Kime ends the last travel story he will share with her. He can never see her again, can never tell her stories again. Before dawn, when the darkness of night is at its deepest, long pauses enter into Hannah's breathing. The frail thread of her life is about to snap as Kime and her parents watch over her. The tiny light that is lodged in Kime's breast will be extinguished. His lonely travels will begin again tomorrow. His long, long travels without end. You'll be leaving on travels of your own soon, Hannah, Kime tells her gently. You'll be leaving for a world that no one knows, a world that has never entered into any of the stories you have heard so far. Finally, you will be able to leave your bed and walk anywhere you want to go. You'll be free. He wants her to know that death is not sorrow, but a joy mixed with tears. It's your turn now. Be sure and tell everyone about the memories of your journey. Her parents will make that same journey someday, and someday Hannah will be able to meet all the guests she has known at the inn, far beyond the sky. I, however, can never go there. I can never escape this world. I can never see you again. This is not goodbye. It's just the start of your journey. He speaks his final words to her. We'll meet again. His final lie to her. makes her departure. Her face is transfused with a tranquil smile, as if she had just said, "See you soon." Her eyes will never open again. A single tear glides slowly down her cheek. View 1,000 Years of Dreams tutorial. Keim's mind is filled with lost pieces of past memories. Certain sights or conversations can bring these memories back in the form of dreams. To view episodes from 1,000 Year Dream again, rest at any inner bed or select them from the start menu. Yeah, you can view these any number of times. Yeah. Yeah, so that is my real goal in using the walkthrough. I want to find all of those. Quite emotional. I think that's one of the reasons I enjoy this game so much. It really looks at immortality in a more mature light than I think a lot of things do. Doesn't shy away from the pain of it. I've never read all the stories, so we'll see how they play out. Did you sleep well? No messages for you yet, I'm afraid. We'll hold any messages that come for you here, so please don't hesitate to take a stroll outside. I'm sure you'd like to forget the horrors of the battlefield. Oh, by the way, feel free to use any of the items you find here. They are compliments for that. Why are they hidden then? Why did I have to dig through pots and... Here, take all the stuff here, but we're not gonna just give it to you. You gotta find that shit. Okay. See, and this is where we need this, because while I would have liked to go and explore more of the town, we actually need to go back a little bit.
Whoop, sorry. Look out. Sorry, miss.
Wait, let go! My throat! My throat! Damn!
Why are you following me?
You're Kai Marganar! I mean, Lord Gungor asked me to do it! It's the truth! I'm supposed to tell you to go to his manor. He has something important to tell you.
You are?
Jansen, messenger for Lord Gungora. At your service.
Good talk.
Man, what an attitude. Jeez whiz.
Okay. So we still want to go to the tavern. Hold on. You're fresh from the battlefield too, aren't you? Guess we both owe someone upstairs big time, huh? I kind of feel like a heel, thinking about all my dead buddies. But having another chance to see your family? Well, that's a great feeling. I didn't think I'd actually make it out of this alive. After all, I have no idea what I'm going to do when it's time to knock on my family's front door. Alright, there's another one. There are 31 of these. Looks like we're going to get a couple right here. Back to back. Alright. Alone in a crowd of rugged men nursing his drink in the far corner of the old post town's only tavern, Keim. A single man strides in through the tavern door. Massively built, he wears the garb of a warrior. His soiled uniform bespeaks a long journey. Fatigue marks his face, but his eyes wear a penetrating gleam, the look of a fighting man on active duty. This is A Hero's Return. The tavern's din hushes instantly. Every drunken eye in the place fastens on the soldier with awe and gratitude. The long war with the neighboring country has ended at last, and the men who fought on the front lines are returning to their homes. So it is with this military man. The soldier takes his seat at the table next to Kimes and downs a slug of liquor with the forcefulness of a hard drinker, a man who drinks to kill his pain. 2 cups, 3, 4. Another customer approaches him, bottle in hand, wearing an ingratiating grin, a typical crafty town punk. "Let me offer you a drink," wheedles the man, "as a token of gratitude for your heroic efforts on behalf of the fatherland." The soldier unsmilingly allows the man to fill his cup. "How was it at the front? I'm sure you performed many valiant deeds on the battlefield." The soldier empties his cup in silence. The punk refills the cup and adopts an even more fawning smile. "Now that we're friends, how about telling me some war tales? You've got such big, strong arms. How many enemy soldiers did you kill?" Without a word, the soldier hurls the contents of his cup into the man's face. The punk flies into a rage and draws his knife. No sooner does it leave its sheath than Kimes' fist sends it flying through the air. Faced with the powerful united front of Kime and the soldier, the punk runs out muttering curses. The 2 big men watch him go, then share a faint smile. Kime doesn't have to speak with the soldier to know that he lives in deep sadness. For his part, the soldier, having cheated death any number of times, is aware of the shadow that lurks in Kime's expression. The tavern's din returns. Kime and the soldier pour each other drinks. "I've got a wife and a daughter I haven't seen since I shipped out," says the soldier. "It's been 3 long years." He lets himself smile shyly now for the first time as he takes a photograph of his wife and daughter from his pocket, shows it to Kime. The wife of a woman of dewy freshness, the daughter still very young. "They're the reason I survived. The thought of going home to them alive was all that sustained me in battle." "Is your home far from here?" "No, my village is just over the next pass. I'm sure they've heard the news that the war is over and can hardly wait to have me home. He could get there tonight if he wanted badly enough. It was that close. But," the soldier downs a mouthful of liquor and groans, "I'm afraid." "Afraid? Of what?" "I want to see my wife and daughter, but I'm afraid to have them see me. I don't know how many men I've killed these past 3 years. I had no choice. I had to do it to stay alive. If I was going to get back to my family, I had no choice but to kill one enemy soldier after another. And each and every one of those men had families they had left at home. It was the code of war, the soldier's destiny. To stay alive in battle, you had to go on killing men before they could kill you. I had no time to think about such things at the front. I was too busy trying to survive. I see it now, though, now that the war is over. 3 years of sin are carved into my face. This is the face of a killer. I don't want to show this face to my wife and daughter." The soldier pulls out a leather pouch from which he draws a small stone. He tells Kime it is an unpolished gemstone, something he found shortly after he left for the battlefield. "A gemstone?" Kime asks, unconvinced. The stone on the table is dull black, without a hint of gleam where a gem should have. "It sparkled when I first found it. I was sure my daughter would love it when I brought it home to her. Gradually, though, the stone lost its gleam and turned cloudy. Every time I killed an enemy soldier, something like the stain of his blood would rise to the surface of the stone. As you can see, it's almost solid black now after 3 years. The stone is stained by the sins I've committed. I call it my sin stone." "You don't have to blame yourself so harshly," says Kime. "You had to do it to stay alive." "I know that," says the soldier. "I know that. But still, just like me, the men I killed had villages to go home to. and families waiting for them there. The soldier then says to Kime, "You too, I suppose. You must have a family." Kime gives his head a little shake. "Not me," he says. "No family. A home village, at least? I don't have any place to go home to." "Eternal traveler, huh?" "Uh-huh. That's me." The soldier chuckles softly and gives Kime a sour smile. It is hard to tell how fully he believes what Kime has told him. He slips the sin stone into the leather pouch and says, "You know what I think? If the stone turned darker every time I took a life, it ought to get some of its gleam back every time I save a life." Instead of answering, Kime drains the last drop of liquor from his cup and rises from the table. The soldier remains in his chair, and Kime, staring down at him, offers him these words of advice. "If you have a place you can go home to, you should go to it. Just go. No matter how much guilt you may have weighing you down, I'm sure your wife and daughter will understand. You're no criminal. You're a hero. You fought your heart out to stay alive." "I'm glad I met you," says the soldier. "I needed to hear that." He holds his right hand out to Kime, who grasps it in return. "I hope your travels go well," says the soldier. "And your travels will be soon over," says Kime with a smile, starting for the door. Just then, the punk charges at Kime from behind, wielding a pistol. "Watch out!" bellows the soldier and rushes after Kime. As Kime whirls around, the punk takes aim and shouts, "You can't treat me like that, you son of a bitch!" The soldier flies between the two men and takes a bullet in the gut. And so, as he so desperately wished to do, the soldier has saved someone's life. Ironically, it is for the life of Kime, a man who can neither age nor die, that the soldier has traded his one and only life. Sprawled on the floor, nearly unconscious, the soldier thrusts the leather pouch into Kime's hand. "Look at my sin stone, will you?" Maybe, he says, chuckling weakly. Some of its shine has come back. Blood spurts from his mouth, strangling the laugh. Kime looks inside the blood bag and says, "It's sparkling now. It's clean." "It is?" gasps the soldier. "Good. My daughter will be so glad." He smiles with satisfaction and holds his hand out for the pouch. Gently, Kime lies the pouch on the palm of his hand and folds the man's fingers over it. The soldier draws his last breath, and the pouch falls to the floor. The dead man's face wears a peaceful expression. The stone, however, the man's sin stone, which is rolled from the open pouch, is as black as ever. I'll be very curious to see if any of the stories are even a little happy. I honestly don't know. Okay. Oh god. Wow, I never would have done this. So apparently we just have to go right back in. There's 2 more stories in here still. This explains why I never found them. I didn't think they'd be this bunched together. I used to work as a jail warden. It was so strange to see the prisoners start riots over and over again. All it did was extend their sentences, you know? I have no idea why they kept on acting that way, really. Kinda calls a memory. In the mind of a captive, he knows that it is useless, but he can't suppress the impulse that wells up from within his own flesh. He needs to do it, to hurl his entire body against the bars. It does no good at all. His flesh simply bounces off the thick iron bars. "Number 8, what the hell are you doing?" The guard's angry shout echoes down the corridor. The prisoners are never called by name, only by the numbers on their cells. Kime is number 8. Kime says nothing. Instead, he slams his shoulder against the bars. The massive bars of iron never budge. All they do is leave a dull, heavy ache in Kime's superbly conditioned muscle and bones. Now, instead of shouting again, the guard blows his whistle, and the other guards come running from their station. Number 8, what's it going to take to make you understand? Do you want to be thrown into the punishment cell? The punishment cell? Don't look at me like that. Start resisting and all it will get you is a longer time in here. Sitting on the floor of his cell, legs splayed out, Kime ignores the guard's shouts. He has been to the punishment room any number of times. He knows he has been branded a highly rebellious prisoner, but he can't help himself. Something is squirming deep down inside him. Some hot thing trapped inside there is seething and writhing. Some war hero you turned out to be, says one guard. You can't do shit in here. What's the matter, soldier boy? Can't do anything without an enemy staring you in the face? The guard next to him taunts Kime with laughter. Too bad for you, buddy. No enemies in here. Nobody from your side either. We've got you locked up all by yourself. After the guards leave, Kime curls up on the floor, hugging his knees, eyes clamped tight. All by myself. The guard was right. I thought I was used to living alone, in battle, on the road, but the loneliness here in prison is deeper than I've ever experienced before, and more frightening. Walls on 3 sides, and beyond the bars, nothing but another wall enclosing the narrow corridor. This dungeon was built so as to prevent prisoners from seeing each other, or even to sense each other's presence. The total lack of a change in the view paralyzes the sense of time as well. Kime has no idea how many days have passed since he was thrown in here. Time flows on, that much is certain, but with nowhere to go, it simply stagnates inside him. The true torture a prison inflicts on a man is neither to rob him of his freedom nor to force him to experience loneliness. The real punishment is having to live where nothing either moves in your field of view and time never flows. The water in the river will never putrefy, but lock it in a jar, and that is exactly what it will eventually do. The same is true here. Maybe parts of him deep down in his body and mind are already beginning to give off a rotten stench. Because he is aware of this, Kime drags himself up from the floor and again slams himself into the bars over and over. This is not the remotest chance that doing so will break the bar, nor does he think he can manage to escape this way. Still, he does it repeatedly. He can't help himself. He has to do it again and again. In the instant before his body smashes into the bars, for that split second, a puff of wind strikes his cheek. The unmoving air moves, if only for that brief interval. The touch of the air is the one thing that gives Kime a fragmentary hint of the flow of time. The guards come running, faces grim with anger. Now I can see human shapes where before there was only a wall. That alone is enough to lift my spirits. Don't these guards realize that? All right, number 8. It's the punishment room for you. Let's see if 3 days in there will cool your head. Kime's lips relax into a smile when he hears the order. Don't these guys get it? Now my scenery will change. Time will start flowing again. I'm thankful for that. Kime laughs aloud. The guards tie his hands behind him, put chains on his ankles, and start for the punishment room. What the hell are you laughing at, number 8? Yeah, stop it. We'll punish you even more. But Kime just keeps on laughing at the top of his lungs. If I fill my lungs with all new air, will the stench disappear? Or have my body and mind rotted so much already that I can't get rid of the stench so easily? How long will they keep me locked up in here? When can I get out of here? Will it be too late by then? When everything has rotted away, will I become less a him than it? The way our troops count enemy corpses? Kime can hardly breathe. It's as if the air is being squeezed out of his chest and the excruciating pain of it is drawing him back from the world of dream to reality. Was I once in a prison in the far, far distant past? He half wonders in the space between dream and reality. He has had this dream any number of times, this nightmare. It might even be called... Oh, sorry, I read that all wrong. I'm going to do that again. He has had this dream any number of times. This nightmare, it might even be called. After waking, he tries to recall it, but nothing stays in his memory. One thing is certain, however. The appearance of the jail and the guards in the dream is always the same. Could this be something I have actually experienced? If so, when could it have been? There's no way for him to tell. Once he is fully awake, those questions he asks between dream and reality are themselves erased from his memory. He springs up with a scream, his breath labored, the back of his hand wiping the steams of sweat from his brow, and all that is left is the shuddering terror. It is always like this. Now, too, he mutters to himself as he attempts to retrieve whatever memory is left in a remote corner of his brain. What kind of past life could I have lived through? Now, too. What kind of past life could I have lived through? How long has Kime been alive? Damn. Yeah, we got one more here. I need some water, hold on. When I decided I'd read all these, I didn't expect there to be so many back to back. Okay. God, there's another one after we grab some items too, damn. Stupid damn magic engines think they can just up and take my damn job away from me. I thought this said pickled veteran. Come on, Dad. I gotta get you home already. Kime recalls a memory. A mother comes home. Okay. The boy has lost his smile, though he denies it. Don't be silly, Kime. Look, I'm smiling, aren't I? He draws his cheeks back and let his teeth show wide against his brown skin. If this isn't a smile, what is? Kime nods but says nothing. He pats the boy on the shoulder as if to say, sure. Come on, really, look at me. I'm smiling, right? Right. You're smiling. Anyway, forget about me. Hurry, let's go. The boy has a sweet, open nature. He made instant friends with Kime while the other townspeople kept their distance from the strange traveler. Now that the boy chose the much older Kime as a playmate, He leads Kime to the tavern, which still hasn't opened its doors for the day. I hate to ask you to do this, but would you, please? The boy's voice seems to have carried inside. A man in the tavern peels off a drunken howl. He sounds especially bad today. Kime fights back a sigh and enters the tavern. The man on the bar stool is the boy's father, drunk again at midday. The boy is here to take him home. He looks at his father with sad eyes. Kime puts his arm around the father's shoulders and discreetly moves the whiskey bottle away from him. Let's call it a day, he says. The man shoves Kime's arm off as he slumps down on the bar. I hate guys like you, he says. Yes, I know, says Kime. It's time to go home, though. You've had enough. You heard me, Kime. Drifter. I hate you guys. I really, really, really hate you guys. The father is always like this when he is drunk, hurling curses at all drifters, picking fights with any man dressed for the road, and finally slumping to the ground to sleep it off. His son is too small to drag him home. With a sigh, Kime finds himself again today supporting the drunken father's weight to keep him from toppling off the bar stool. The boy stares at his father. His eyes a jumble of sadness, anger, and pity. When his eyes meet Keim's, he shrugs it off as if to say, sorry to keep putting you through this. But Keim is used to it. He's seen the father's dead drunk almost every day for the past year, ever since the boy and his father were left to live alone. Oh well, the boy says with a strained smile as if trying to resign himself to the situation. Poor Papa. Poor me. Supporting the father's weight on his shoulder, Keim gives the boy a smile and says, yes, but you don't go out and get drunk the way he does. Ahem, the boy says, puffing out his chest. Sometimes kids are tougher than grown-ups. Keim broadens his smile to signal to him. You're right. Of course I'm right, the boy all but says with the smile he gives back. It is the only kind of only kind of smile the 10-year-old has managed to produce in the past year. So bitter it would numb your tongue if you could taste it. God, my eyes are going cross. I need a break before this next one. The boy's mother, the father's wife, left home a year ago. She fell in love with a traveling salesman and abandoned the boy and his father. Mama was bored, the boy says matter-of-factly, looking back on his mother's infidelity. She got tired of doing the same thing every day. That's when she met him. At the tender age of 10, the boy had learned that there are certain stories that have to be told with a matter-of-fact tone. The father was born and raised in this small town and worked in the town office. He was not especially talented, but it was not a job that called for talent or quick wit. All he had to do was follow orders with diligence and submissiveness, and he did exactly that, year after year, without making waves. He called our life peaceful, but Mama didn't think so. She said it was just ordinary and no fun. She was attracted to the life of this crafty traveling salesman. It was risky and exciting, like walking on top of a prison wall. One misstep and you could end up inside. What? No. Papa told Mama that the man was deceiving her, that all he wanted was her money, but he couldn't get through to her. Mama couldn't even think about us back then. With utter detachment, and though holding it at arm's length, the boy reflects on the tragedy that struck his family. I've heard the saying, love is blind. It really is, he says with a shrug and a sardonic laugh like a full-fledged adult. Keim says nothing. Children should act their age, is another saying, but probably not one that could be spoken with a great deal of meaning to a boy who had lost his mother's love. And even if Keim presumed to admonish him, the boy would likely pass it off with a strained smile and say, sometimes kids are tougher than grown-ups. The boy's father, however, shows his displeasure when his son uses grown-up expressions. Little twerp's lost all his boyishness. He despises me now. He thinks I'm pitiful. Deep down, he's laughing at me for letting my wife be taken by another man. Damn him. It bothers him especially when he is drunk. His annoyance far outweighs his fatherly love for his son. Sometimes he even slaps the boy across the face, or tries to. When he is drunk, the boy can easily dodge his slaps, and he ends up sprawled on the floor. Even as he is drowning in a sea of liquor, he can sometimes turn unexpectedly serious and start asking questions. Say, Keim, you've been traveling for a long time, right? Uh-huh. Do you enjoy it all that much? Going to strange town? Meeting strangers can't be all that. Is it so wonderful that you'd be willing to abandon the life you're living now for it? He asks the same thing over and over. Keim's answer is always the same. Sometimes it's enjoyable, and sometimes it's not. He doesn't know what else to say. You know, Keim, I've never set foot outside this town. Same with my father and my grandfather, and my great-grandfather, and the one before him. We've always been born here and died here. My wife's family, too. They've had roots in this town for generations. So why did she do it? Why did she leave? What did she need so badly that she had to leave and net me and her own son? Keim merely smiles without answering. The answer to such a question cannot be conveyed in words. Try though he might to explain it, the reason certain people are drawn irresistibly to the road can never be understood by people who don't have that impulse. The father is simply one of those people who can never understand. Failing to elicit a reply from Kym, the father sinks again into the sea of drunkenness. "I'm scared, Kym," he says. "My son might do it too. He might go away and leave me here someday. When I hear him talking like a grown-up, I get so scared I can't stand it." The boy's mother eventually comes back. The traveling salesman cheated her out of every last bit of her savings, and the moment she was no longer any use to him, he left her. Physically and mentally broken, she has only one place to return to, the home she abandoned. First, she writes a letter from the neighboring town, and when her husband reads it again and again through drunk and clouded eyes, he laughs derisively. Serves her right, the miserable witch. He makes a show of tearing the letter to pieces in front of Kym without showing it to his son. Kym tells the boy everything and asks him, "What do you want to do? Whatever you decide, I'll help you make it happen." "Whatever I decide?" the boy asks in return with his usual detached smile. "If you want to leave this town, I'll let you have enough money to help you get by for a while," Kym says. "I can do that much." He is utterly serious. The father has no intention of forgiving his wife. He will almost certainly turn her away if she shows up, and probably with a proud, vindictive smile on his face. Kym knows, however, that if the mother loses her home and leaves this town once and for all, the father will go back to drinking every day, cursing his wife's infidelity, bemoaning his own fate, taking out his anger on strangers, and constantly revealing the worst side of himself to his son. Kym's long life on the road has taught him this. Constant travel means meeting many different people, and the boy's father is undoubtedly one of the weakest men Kym has ever met. You could join your mother and go to another town, or if you wanted, you could go somewhere by yourself. I could find you work. Either would be better, Kym believes, than for the boy to continue living alone like this with his father. The boy, however, seemingly intrigued, looks straight at Kym, revealing his white teeth. "You've been traveling a long time, haven't you, Kym?" "Uh-huh." "Always alone?" "Sometimes alone, sometimes not." The boy gives a little nod, and with a sad smile of a grown-up says, "You really don't get it, do you?" "What's that?" "All this traveling and you still don't understand the most important thing." His sad smile takes on its usual bitter edge. Kym finally learns what the boy is talking about 3 days later. A tired-looking woman in tattered clothes drags herself from the highway into the marketplace. The townsfolk back away from her, staring, leaving her in the center of a broad, empty circle. The boy's mother has come back. The boy breaks his way through the crowd and enters the circle. The mother sees her son and with her traveled withered cheeks breaks into a smile. The boy takes one step and another step towards his emaciated, smiling mother. He is hesitant at first, but from the third step he is running, and he throws his arms around her. He is crying. He is smiling. For the first time that Kym has seen, he wears the unclouded smile of a child. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me," his mother begs in tears. She clasps his head to her bosom and says, smiling through her tears, "You've gotten so big." Then she adds, "I won't leave you again. I'll stay here forever." A stir goes through the crowd. It comes from the direction of the tavern. Now the father breaks through the wall of people and enters the circle. He is drunk. Stumbling, he edges towards his wife and son. He glares at his wife. The boy stands between them, guarding his mother. "Papa, stop it," he yells. "Mama is back. That's enough, isn't it? Forgive her, Papa, please." His voice is choked with tears. The father says nothing in reply. Glaring at the two of them, he collapses to his knees, his arms open wide. He enfolds both his wife and son. The shattered family is one again. Papa, please don't hold us so tight. It hurts. The boy is crying and smiling. The mother can only sob. The father weeps in his rage. Witnessing the scene from the back of the crowd, Kime turns on his heels. Are you really leaving? The boy asks again and again as he accompanies Kime to the edge of town. Uh-huh. I want to get across the ocean before winter sets in. Papa is already missing you. He says he thought you two could finally become drinking buddies from now on. You can drink with him when you grow up. When I grow up, huh? The boy cocks his head, a little embarrassed. Then he mutters, I wonder if I'll still be living in this town then. No one knows that, of course. Maybe some years from now, the father will spend his days drunk again because his son has left his hometown and family. And yet Kime recalls something he forgot to say to the boy's weak father. We call it a journey because we have a place to come home to. No matter how many detours or mistakes a person might make, as long as he has a place to come home to, a person can always start again. I don't get it, says the boy. Kime remembers something else. Smile for me, he says one last time, placing a hand on the boy's shoulder. Like this? He reveals his white teeth. His cheeks wrinkle up. It's a good smile. He has finally managed to retrieve the smile of a young boy. Now your turn, Kime. Sure. The boy studies Kime's smile as if assessing it a grade. Maybe a little sad, he says. That he is joking makes his words hit home all the more. The boy smiles again as if to providing a model for Kime. Okay then, he says with a wave of his hand. I'm going shopping with Papa and Mama today. Kime smiles back and walks away. Then he hears the boy calling his name one last time. Even if we're saying goodbye, I'm not going to cry, Kime. Sometimes kids are tougher than grown-ups. Kime does not look back. His only reply a wave of the hand. The boy's expression would probably change if their eyes met. He decides to play it strong to the end. Kime walks on. After a brief respite, his journey with no place to go home to starts again. A journey with no place to go home to. The poets call that wandering. Well, that one was kind of a happier ending. I mean, Kime's bummed out, but I think Kime's always bummed out. Okay, I took a little bit of a stretch break. Feel free to pause the video and do the same, because we're only about halfway done for today. I don't have a place I'm going to stop. I'm just gonna try and do nice big chunks of time, 3.5, 4 hours, and we'll just find a safe spot around there. Have you heard about this? A connection of the mine and the council told me Councilman Gongora has been confined to his private estate. Could it be true? So the soldiers in front of his house aren't protecting him, but rather keeping him in there. That's right, nobody trusts Gongora. Okay, so we've got items again. And another dream. So many right at the beginning. Alright, we'll grab all the items first. Okay. Should probably check every once in a while that I'm not missing a seed. Just in case I screw something up here. Oh, this is, I can't. Well, we would have found this one for sure. Alright, we'll just read it and then we'll get the rest of the items. What do we got for this one? White flowers. Lovely white flowers mark the town. They bloom on every street corner. not in beds or fields set aside for their cultivation, but blending naturally and in profusion with every row of houses, as though the buildings and the blossoms have grown up together. The season is early spring and snow still lingers on the nearby mountains, but the stretch of ocean that gently laps the town's southern shore is bathed in refulgent? I don't know that word. Refulgent sunlight. This is an old and prosperous harbor. I gotta look this up. Sorry, everybody. I have never heard that word. Refulgent. Shining brightly, radiant, gleaming. I mean, I kind of figured that based off of context cues there, but I am not familiar with that word. What? This is an old and prosperous harbor town. Even now, each day its piers see many cruise ships and freighters come and go. Its history, however, is sharply divided between the time before and the time after, an event that happened one day long ago. People here prefer not to talk about it, a watershed engraved upon the town's chronology. The memories are too sorrowful to make stories out of them. Kime knows this, and because he knows it, he has come here once again. Passing through, the tavern master asks him. At the sound of his voice, Kime responds with a faint smile. You're here for the festival, I suppose. You should take your time and enjoy it. The man is in high spirits. He has joined his customers in glass after glass, until now and is quite red in the face. But no one shows any signs of blaming him for overindulging. Every seat in the tavern is filled and the air reverberates with laughter. Happy voices can be heard now and then as well from the road outside. The entire town is celebrating. Once each year, the festival has people making merry all night long until the sun comes up. I hope you've got a room for the night, sir. Too late to find one now. Every inn is full to overflowing. So it seems. Not that anyone would be foolish enough to spend a night like this quietly tucked away under the covers in his room. The tavern master winks at Kime as if to say, Not you, sir, I'm sure. Tonight we're going to have the biggest, wildest party you've ever seen, and everybody's invited, locals or not. Drink, food, gambling, women. Just let me know what you want. I'll make sure you have it. Kime sips his drink and says nothing. Because he is planning to stay awake all night, he has not taken a room, though he has no plans to enjoy the festival either. Kime will be offering up a prayer at the hour before dawn when the night is at its darkest and deepest. He will leave the town sent off by the morning sun as it pokes its face up between the mountains and the sea, just as he did at the time of his last visit. Back then, the tavern master, who a few years ago was telling one of his regular customers that his first grandchild is about to be born, was himself just an infant. This one's on me. Drink up, says the tavern master, filling Kime's shot glass. He peers at Kime suspiciously and says, You did come for the festival, didn't you? No, not really, says Kime. Don't tell me you didn't know about it. You mean you came here by pure chance? Afraid so. Well, if you come here on business, forget it. You'll never get serious talk out of anybody on a special night like this. The tavern master goes on to explain what is so special about this night. You must have heard something about it. Once, a long, long time ago, this town was almost completely destroyed. There are two kinds of events that divide history into before and after. One is the birth or death of some great personage, a hero or a savior. The other is something like a war or plague or natural disaster. What divides this town's history into before and after was a violent earthquake. It happened without warning and gave the soundly sleeping people of the town no chance to flee. A crack opened up in the earth with a roar, and the roads and buildings just fell to pieces. Fires started and they spread in the twinkling of an eye. Almost everyone was killed. You probably can't imagine it. All I know is what they taught me in school. And what does Resurrection Festival mean to a kid? It was just something that happened once upon a time. I live here and that's all it means to me. So a traveler like you probably can't even begin to imagine what it was like. Is that what they call this holiday? Resurrection Festival? Uh-huh. The town was resurrected from total ruin to this. That's what the celebration is all about. Kime gives the man a grim smile and slips his liquor. What's so funny? The tavern master asks. Last time I was here, they were calling it Earthquake Memorial Day. It wasn't a festival for this kind of wild celebrating. What are you talking about? It's been Resurrection Festival ever since I was a kid. That was before you were old enough to remember anything, huh? And before that, they called it Consolation of the Spirits. They'd burn a candle for each person who died and pray for them to rest in peace. It was a sad festival. Lots of crying. You sound as if you saw it happening yourself. I did. The tavern master laughs with a loud snort. You look sober, but you must be plastered out of your mind. Now listen, it's a festival night, so I'm going to let you off the hook for pulling my leg. But don't say stuff like that to in front of the other townspeople. All of our ancestors, mine included, are the ones who barely escaped with their lives. Kime knows full well what he is doing. He never expected the man to believe him. He just wanted to find out for himself whether the townspeople were still handing down the memories of the tragedy. Whether deep down behind their laughing faces there still lingered the sorrow that had been passed down from their forefathers' time. Called away by one of his other customers, the tavern master leaves Kime's side, but not without first delivering a warning. Be careful what you say, sir. That kind of nonsense can get you in trouble. Really. Think about it. The earthquake happened all but 200 years ago. Kime does not answer him. Instead, he sips his liquor in silence. Among the ones who died in the tragedy 200 years ago were his wife and daughter. Of all the dozens of wives and hundreds of children that Kime has had in his eternal life, the wife and child he had here were especially unforgettable. In those days, Kime had a job at the harbor. They were just the three of them. He, his wife, and their little girl. They lived simply and happily. The same kind of days that had preceded today would continue on into endless tomorrows. Everyone in the town believed that, including Kime's wife and daughter, of course. But Kime knew differently, precisely because his life was so long, without end, and he had consequently tasted the pain of countless partings. Kime knew all too well that in the daily life of humans there was no forever. This life his family was leading would have to end sometime. It could not go on unchanged. This was by no means a cause for sorrow, however. Denied a grasp upon forever, human beings knew how to love and cherish the here and now. Kime especially loved to show his daughter flowers. The more fragile and short-lived, the better. Flowers that bloomed with the morning sun and scattered before the sun went down. They were everywhere in this harbor town. Lovely white flowers that bloomed in early spring. His daughter loved the flowers. She was a gentle child who would never break off blossoms that had struggled so bravely to bloom. Instead, she simply watched them for hours at a time. That year or two. Look how big the buds are. They'll be blooming any time now, she said happily when she found the white flowers on the road near the house. Tomorrow, maybe? Kime wondered aloud. Absolutely, his wife chimed in merrily. Get up early tomorrow morning and have a look. Poor little flowers, though, said the daughter. It's nice when they bloom, but when they wither, then they wither right away. All the better, said Kime's wife. It's good luck if you get to see them blooming. That makes it more fun. It may be fun for us, answered the girl, but think about the poor flowers. They work so hard to open up and they wither that same day. It's sad. Well, yes, I guess so. A momentary air of sadness flowed into the room, but Kime quickly dispelled it with a laugh. Happiness is not the same thing as longevity, he proclaimed. What does that mean, Papa? It may not bloom for long, but the flower's happy if it can open up the prettiest blossom and give off the sweetest perfume it knows how to make while it is blooming. The girl seemed to be having trouble grasping this and simply nodded with a little sigh. She then broke into a smile and said, It must be true if you say so, Papa. Your smile is more beautiful than any flower in full bloom." He should have said it to her. Kym later regretted that he had not. The words he had uttered so carelessly, he came to realize, turned out to be something of a prophecy. "Well now, young lady," he said, "if you're getting up early to see the flowers tomorrow morning, you'd better go to bed right now." "All right, Papa, if I really have to." "I'm going to bed now too," said Kym's wife. "Okay then, good night, Papa," his wife said to Kym. "Good night, dear. I really am going to bed now." "Good night," Kym replied, enjoying one last cup to ease the day's fatigue. These turned out to be the last words the family shared. A violent earthquake struck the town before dawn. Kym's house collapsed in a heap of rubble. Kym's two loved ones departed for that distant other world before they could awaken from their deep sleep, and without ever having had a chance to say good morning to him. The morning sun rose on a town that had been destroyed in an instant. Amid the rubble, the flowers were blooming. The white flowers that Kym's daughter had wanted so badly to see. Kym thought to lay a flower in offering on his daughter's cold corpse, but abandoned the idea. He could not bring himself to pick a flower. No one, no living being on the face of the earth, he realized, had the right to snatch the life of a flower that possessed that life for only one short day. Kym could never say to his daughter, "You go first to heaven and wait for me. I'll be there before long." Nor would he ever know the joy of the reunion with his loved ones. To live for 1,000 years meant bearing the pain of 1,000 years of partings. Kym continued his long journey. A dizzying number of years and months flowed by, years and months during which numberless wars and natural calamities scourged the earth. Scourged? I don't know, let's move on. People were born and they died. They loved each other and were parted from the ones they loved. They were joys beyond measure and sorrows just as measureless. People fought and argued without end, but they also loved and forgave each other endlessly. Thus was history built up as the tears of the past evolved gradually into prayers for the future. Kym continued his long journey. After a while, he rarely thought about his wife and daughter with whom he had spent those few short days in the harbor town, but he never forgot them. Kym continued his long journey, and in the course of his travels, he stopped by this harbor town again. As the night deepened, the din of the crowd only increased, but now, as a hint of light comes into the eastern sky without a signal from anyone, the noise gives way to silence. Kym has been standing in the town's central square. The revelers, too, have found their way here, one at a time, until, almost before he knows it, the Stone Pay Plaza is filled with people. Kym feels a tap on his shoulder. "I didn't expect to find you here," says the tavern master. When Kym gives him a silent smile, the tavern master looks somewhat embarrassed and says, "There's something I forgot to tell you before." "Oh?" "Well, you know, that earthquake happened a long time ago, before my father and mother's time, even before my grandparents' generation. Might sound funny for me to say this, but I can't imagine this town in ruins." "I know what you mean." "I do think, though, that there are probably things in this world that you can remember even if you haven't actually experienced them, like the earthquake. I haven't forgotten it, and I'm not the only one. It may have happened 200 years ago, but nobody in this town has ever forgotten it. We can't imagine it, but we can't forget it either." Just as... Well, my cat's is being stupid. Just as Kime nods again to signal his understanding of the tavern keeper's words, a somber melody echoes throughout the square. This is the hour when the earthquake destroyed the town. All the people assembled here close their eyes, clasp their hands together, and offer up a prayer. The tavern master and Kime among them. To Kime's closed eyes come the smiling faces of his dead wife and daughter. Why are they so beautiful and so sad? These faces that believe with all their hearts that tomorrow is sure to come. The music ends. The morning sun climbs above the horizon, and everywhere throughout the town bloom countless white flowers. In 200 years, the white flowers have changed. The scientists have hypothesized that the earthquake may have changed the nature of the soil itself, but no one knows the cause for sure. The lives of the flowers have lengthened. While before they would bloom and wither in the space of a single day, now they hold their bloom for 3 and 4 days at a time. Moistened by the dew of night, bathed in the light of sun, the white flowers strive to live their lives to the fullest, beautifying the town as if striving to live out the portion of life denied to those whose tomorrows were snatched away from them forever. That one was sad but surprisingly uplifting. I guess all of them are... No, not all of them are uplifting. I can't even claim that. Okay. Back to our item collection. And I think that's the last story. It's the last story I see. I'm not zooming ahead too far, but... I can't pet the cat either. I'm a cat guy. Come on. Killing me, game. Alright, got quite a few things along the wall over here. Wind bomb? Okay. Seed. Like cold water still. Oh, okay. I see. Seed and one more seed. Yeah, I have never found this many this quickly, I swear. So theoretically, that should put us at 12 seeds. Yep, okay. Alright. Let me just make sure. Yeah, we got a little time before our next stream. I'm liking the dream so far. I'm glad I decided to cheat. I don't know that they're missable. But like that bar one, you had to go in and out, what, 3 different times to get all those stories? 4 different times? I wouldn't have done that. Even if I had gotten one, I don't think I would have gone back in going, oh, there's going to be another one in here. Okay. Lord Tolton is currently busy. Please wait a little longer.
House arrest is going too far. I have firmly opposed Roxian on this. Do not despair, Gongora.
Thank you, Your Majesty. It is much more than I could have asked. Your father would have been pleased.
I could never fill my father's shoes. And now that Ura is a republic, I am simply a citizen like everyone else. I am no longer Your Majesty.
You could try not wearing all gold then. Just an idea.
I respect the royal blood that flows in your veins. It is only fitting that I offer the respect you're due.
Do not be foolish. People will think you're a dissident who wants to restore the monarchy.
I'm truly happy that you have come to see me. You've always been so kind.
You taught me the rudiments of magic. I cannot help but be kind to you in return. I cannot understand Roxian. I believe he intends to stop work on Grand Staff. It makes me angry, Gongora. Our entire nation has benefited from magic energy, yet he does not understand the significance of Grand Staff. If we can increase magic energy with Grand Staff, just think how much better our people's lives would be. We would no longer need soldiers. You have seen the future of Ura, and how Grand Staff can make it happen. Roxian's vision is too narrow for our nation to grow. I am sorry you had to witness that.
There is no need to apologize. I'm happy your highness understands. But even if they stop Grand Staff, we could develop a newer and far better magic engine.
With what money?
Please let me know what you need, Gongora. I can help you.
Never mind, that answered that question. Dude's wearing all gold. Of course he's got money.
I am unworthy, your highness.
Please, go in.
Where do we want to go in here? Hi, what do you have to say? Oh, well, Lieutenant Argonar. Your host, Lord Gongaga, has been waiting for you. Well, this is a dead end, so... this is not the way. Magical research lab. Yeah, okay. I thought that was turning into a cutscene. Excellent timing, Lieutenant Argonar. Prince Tolton just left. Well, I know, I was there. These lowly hacks on the council. How dare they get in the way of Lord Gongaga's research? Well, you guys are kind of toady. What do you have to say, huh? Oh. I guess that's where I needed to go.
That woman. How could she be in Ura without me knowing?
Maybe it wasn't. Looks like there's a room in the back that we need to go into. Yeah. Oh, I guess I could have connected from the other side. It looked like a dead end on the other side. Flare bomb. 4 items, okay. Berserker necklace. Hawkeye. Alright, good. It's always good to have some... Oh. Ooh, and this is a flashy chest. You would have thought there'd be some... I feel like we've gotten a bunch of those for such a fancy looking chest. I really would have thought there'd be something more there. No, this is not what I wanted to do yet. This is how it'll work, though. We'll be able to set skills as we go. This is what I want. Because is there something better to learn first? Yes. Yes, we absolutely want factual analysis. This will give us kind of a scan-like ability. It'll let us see enemy typing, weaknesses, things like that. Very, very useful. So we want to make sure we learn that first. All right, and that's everything here. So just need to pay attention for when our next... Oh, I was right. It is cut off. Well, that makes me feel a little better. Alright, obviously the way we need to go, though. So... where is Gungaga? Because we still need to talk to him. And that's why you miss a bunch of stuff, because... Oh. What's this? What's this? I want one. Lauren, can we get one of those and put it in the backyard? Looks cool. There's another... Was it an elevator? Kind of looked like an elevator. Maybe that's what the cutscene was triggering too. We got close to that.
Good, you're here. I asked you here for only one reason.
Hold on.
What is it?
The world's worst spy.
Hey, whoa, hey, you are really short-tempered. Hey, I don't have a sword, okay? Easy.
Why are you here?
I told you I'm just a messenger. I came to see if you really come or not, which you have, so that's good.
That's enough, Kaim. He's on our side.
Thanks. A little late, though.
We can use him. He's cunning and quick, and he has many connections. I want you to take him on your investigation of Grand Staff.
No way, sir.
You know, I thought he'd say that, my lord. His shoes, hello?
Look, this other immortal joining the investigation, she might be dangerous.
Why?
The woman was once a pirate. I don't know how it happened, but she's now a soldier for our army. Well, the past is the past, and I know little else about her. Take Jensen with you. He can help keep her in check. Despite what else he may be, he has a healthy respect for women.
Sounds creepy.
You know, I heard she was a looker, if you catch my drift. I mean, you've seen her, right? Okay, be that way. You guys are way too serious.
Pirate. All right. Understood.
All right, then. I'll be there early. Oh, yeah, you can count on it.
Remember, Kaim, you're the only one I can trust. I can't leave here for a while. The Grand Staff is my life's work. So if something is wrong, I want you, with your immortal powers, to find out what it is. Understood? You'll be briefed later. You should go now.
I'll be right behind you. Oh, he's gonna be fun to work with.
This is for your trouble.
Wow, nice. You know, my lord, I've been thinking, working with this guy, it's like playing with fire. I mean, did you see his eyes? I mean, that's creepy. I got a bad feeling about this whole thing. I mean, this little guarantee is not gonna be enough, I'm afraid, to keep an eye on him. You're gonna have to give me a little bit more, you know what I'm saying?
You're already under a magic contract. Don't get greedy.
Whoa, hey, okay, that's some serious mojo, buddy. Easy, easy.
Is your fee still unsatisfactory?
Okay, not funny. I'm not laughing, okay? I didn't stick my neck out for this, okay? Jeez, everyone's a pain in the ass. I'm taking a bath.
Okay. Now we just start to head out, yeah? Yeah. I probably could have gone out either hallway, huh? It's only the back that were dead ends. Oh well. It's not the last time we're gonna go the not as fast way as we could have. Alright, and we need to go pretty much all the way back where we started. Not the battlefield, because that place is a crater. But I think back to where we arrived is where we'll meet Seth and Jansen. I think. I don't know, we'll find out together. I hope everyone's enjoying the game so far. I know it's been a lot of me... Oh, cutscene.
Hey! I've been looking everywhere for you. I heard about the Grand Staff investigation. Looks like we both got the short end of the stick. It's not enough that we just keep surviving, eh? There's always something. So, what did you learn in the council?
Nothing to do with you.
Oh, really? Say, haven't we met somewhere before? Ugh. Nothing to worry about if you can't remember. Neither can I.
You too, huh?
I can't recall a thing. All I know is that my name seems to be Seth Balmore. People say I used to be a pirate. Isn't it strange that both of us lost our memory and are immortal? Maybe we met a long time ago. I sort of get that feeling when I look at you. When we met before, were we enemies? Or allies? Or maybe even lovers? Looking forward to starting our journey tomorrow, Kaim Arganar.
Tomorrow?
You still haven't been contacted by the council? You set out for Grand Staff tomorrow morning. I thought you would have heard by now. Oh, by the way, I'll be joining you on your little trip.
So you are going with me then?
Being late is strictly forbidden.
Seth is a cat. I like how Kaim's just like, alright, she's weird. Yeah, do we have to rest first, or can we... I don't know, we're just gonna keep going back. Wait, where the hell am I now? Ah, we're back over here, okay. We didn't really talk to the people here, did we? What are all these bells for? I was supposed to go shopping with Mom, but she suddenly changed her mind. He's such a lively boy. I can't keep up with him at my age. Hand her and soldiers and facts. I sent this charm off with my son. It can only mean... I knew it. I was kidding myself before, but I really knew it. This was his... Oh, the nameplate. God, I guess I really do need to just talk to everyone. Souvenir from war long ago that he miraculously survived. He told me that a fellow soldier saved his life in that war, but I suppose his nameplate wasn't enough to do the same for my son. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring this to me. There are so many families in the war with nothing to remember their departed by. It may not be much, but I want you to have this. I hope you make it to retirement, soldier. The woman's son died at the Highlands of Wall. I hope my own son and nephew are okay. I haven't heard anything from them. No one else is here today. The park is ours. Oh, did I? It's kind of funny that my head is... Can I interact with the bells? Yeah. I mean, this feels like a puzzle. We need to see if anybody around here says anything about music or notes or bells or anything. I don't think the cat's gonna do anything. Got one more kid here. Mom will be mad if I don't get home soon, but I want to play a little longer. What about you? You know anything about the bells? The industrial era that sprawls below is the crown symbol of the magical industrial revolution. The people who live here make a lavish lifestyle of Aura possible. Alright, I want to check something now that we've gotten all of this stuff. Yeah, so we can make a new ring. Elemental rings all around. Poison ring's not bad. I wouldn't mind being able to cause poison to stuff. I'm trying to remember how bad this game is when it comes to bosses being immune to a whole bunch of shit. Because a lot of RPGs do that. Or they'll only have one very specific, like, status weakness. What are you standing around for? You were at the Highlands of Woe, weren't you? We talked to them, didn't we? Magic engines are so useful, I don't know how we ever did without them. They were incredibly rare just 30 years ago. Maybe we should make it that if we have an item we don't know what to do with, we'll talk to a bunch of people, because, God, some of them are just not saying anything interesting at all. Alright. So it looks like there's another dream here. Am I misunderstanding? It's hard for regular folks to take them on, right? Yeah, we talked to all these people, didn't we? The Highlands took a nasty turn. All the soldiers in the city are on the edge and stern-looking. I have a feeling they were stern-looking beforehand, though. The on-edge thing may be different. Of course, the people that are benefiting from the magical industrial revolution, although there are still some who fear this power that they don't understand. We talked to all these ones during the ring thing, right? We're at war, so I understand why the soldiers here are all so tense, but I'm starting to dislike the atmosphere in this station now. Alright, maybe I need to read this a little closer. I'm trying not to read, like, every word of it, because I want to play the game, but... Bench on the upper floor. Maybe this isn't the upper floor. Maybe we'll take the elevator. I was gonna say it feels like we've had no money, and then I remembered we have not done like any combat either. We spent the past 2.5 hours just story. Okay, so yeah, this must be the upper floor. So, here we go. Okay. You know what? My dad works in Magic Production Factory. He's the boss of the whole place. I'm not the boss of anything, really. I'm glad she's proud of me, though. Everything I do for her. A dream has been revealed. Little liar. Everyone in the marketplace hates the little girl. Not 10 years old and far from having outgrown the sweet innocence of childhood, she earns only open contempt from the grown-ups who have shops in the market. The reason is simple. She lies about everything. Hey, mister, I just saw a burglar go into your house. Look, lady, everything just fell off your shelves. Hey, everybody, did you hear what the traveler said? Bandits are planning to attack this market. Even the most harmless white lies can be annoying if repeated often enough, and the shopkeepers have found themselves growing angry. You better watch out for her, too, the lady greengrocer warns Kime. Nobody here falls for her lies anymore, so she's always on the lookout for newcomers or strangers. Somebody like you would be a perfect target for her. She could be right. Kime is new to the town. He arrived a few days ago and has just started working in the marketplace today. What do her parents do? Kime asks while unloading a cart full of vegetables. The woman frowns and shakes her head with a sigh. She doesn't have any. They died? The mother did, at least. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago. She was a healthy young woman who never so much as caught a cold in her life. Then one day she collapsed and that was it for her. How about the father? She sighs more deeply than before and says, he left to find a job in the city. Left a good job in the city. The parents used to operate a variety store in the market, though the mother almost single-handedly took care of the actual buying and selling of the many goods they carried. As soon as she died, the shop's fortunes took a plunge, until it was eventually taken over by someone else. The father went off to the distant capital city in search of a good-paying job that would enable him to cover their debts. He promised to come back in 6 months, but has been gone a whole year now. Letters used to arrive from him on occasion, care of his friend the tailor, but those too gave out about 6 months ago. I guess you could say it's sad for such a little girl to be waiting around for her father to come home, but still. The girl now sleeps in the corner of the communal storehouse run by the people of the marketplace. We used to talk about taking care of her, to be stand-in parents for her until her father comes back. This is no surprise to Kime. He knows from his own experiences that all the people who work in the marketplace, and not just this plump, kindly woman, are good-hearted and generous despite their limited means. Otherwise, they would never have hired a stranger like himself. But long before that 6 months went by, we were all heartily sick of her. She was a sweet, simple girl while her mother was alive, but this experience has left her kind of twisted. All her sweetness is gone. Of course, we all feel sorry for her, and we take our turns feeding her and dressing her in hand-me-downs, but the way she keeps telling lies to all the grown-ups, nobody really cares about her anymore. Why can't she see that? She must be lonely, don't you think? With a pained smile, the woman shrugs and says, "That's enough gabbing for one day. Work, work," and she goes back inside the shop. Kime is shorting the vegetables he has unloaded in front of the shop when he hears a little voice behind him. "Hi, mister. You new here?" It's the girl. "Uh-huh. You're not from the town, are you?" "No, I'm not." "Are you living upstairs while you work here?" "For a while, at least. That's what I'm hoping to do. I'll tell you a secret, okay?" It's starting already. "Okay," Kime says without pausing his work. There's a ghost in this marketplace. The people here don't tell anybody about it because it's bad for business, but it's really here. I see it all the time. "Really?" Kime responds with feigned surprise. He decided to play along with her rather than scold her for lying. In this endlessly long life of his, he has encountered any number of children who have lost their parents or been abandoned by them. The sadness and loneliness of children who have been cast into the wide world alone are exactly what Kaim feels himself as he continues to wander through the infinite flow of time. What kind of ghost? A woman, and I know who she is. It's the ghost of a mother who lost her child, she says. Her little girl, her only child, died in an epidemic. Overcome with grief, the mother chose to die, and now her ghost appears in the market every night, searching for her daughter. She talking about La Llorona? Nah, those kids drown, right? Not an epidemic. The poor mother. She killed herself so she could be with her daughter, but she can't find her in the other world either. So she keeps looking for her and calling out, "Where are you? Hurry and come with mommy to the other world." The girl tells her story with deadly seriousness. Don't you think it's sad? She asks Kaim. She actually has tears in her eyes, which is precisely why Kaim knows she's lying. Even if he had not been warned by the woman, he would have known this was a lie based on what she told him about the girl's background. Kaim carefully arranges bunches of well-ripened grapes in a display crate and asks the girl, "Why do you think the mother can't find her daughter?" "What?" the girl asks with a dazed stare. "Well," he explains, "the girl is not in the other world, and she's not wandering around in this world, so where is she?" Kaim does not mean this to be a cross-examination. He simply feels that someone who lies out of sorrow can have a far easier time of recognizing the lie for what it is. The loneliness of a girl who has lost her mother and been abandoned by her father consists not in telling one little lie, but in having to keep on lying. Now that you mention it, that's a good point, the girl says, smiling calmly. Really, where did the girl go? Kaim momentarily considers pointing to the girl as if to say, right here. But before he can do so, she continues. This is the first time anybody's ever asked me that. You're kind of different. I wonder. No, you are. You're different, the girl insists. I think we can be friends. Her smile deepens. Kaim smiles back at her, saying nothing. Just then they hear the lady greengrocer coming from the back of the shop, and the girl dashes away. Just before she disappears around the corner into the alleyway, the girl gives Kaim a little wave as if to say, "See you soon." For the first time, the face of the girl with the all-too grown-up speaking style shows a hint of childness befitting her years. The girl begins coming to see Kaim at the shop several times a day when the lady grocer is not around. She tells him one lie after another. I baked cookies with my mother last night. I wanted to give you some, but they were so good I ate them all. Bandits kidnapped me when I was a little baby, but my father came to save me and beat up all the bandits so I didn't get killed. My house? It's big. White one on the foot of the mountains. You're new here, so you probably don't know it. It's the biggest house in town. You don't have a family? You're all alone? Poor Kaim. I wish I could share some of my happiness with you. All her lies are born of sorrow. Sad, lonely lies she could never tell to marketplace people who knew her background. At the end of every chat with Kaim as she is leaving, the girl holds her finger to her lips and says, "This is just our little secret. Don't tell the lady grocer." Of course, Kaim says nothing to anyone. If he happens to find himself in a situation where the market people are speaking ill of the girl, he quietly slips away. Lies and disparagements are funny things. They don't take shape because someone tells them, but rather because someone listens to and voices agreement with them. A truly isolated individual can never speak ill of anyone. The same can be said regarding lies. Because she has someone to tell her lies to, the girl need not fall into the abyss of true isolation. To protect her small, sad share of happiness, Kaim plays the role of listener, raising no objections. One day when the girl comes to see Kaim, she takes special care not to be noticed by the lady grocer or by the owners of the neighboring shops. Tell me, mister, are you planning to stay here a long, long time? No, I'm not, Kime says, continuing to unload vegetables and fruit. You'll be leaving when you save up enough money? Probably. But you don't have enough yet? I'm getting there, he says, turning a strange smile on the girl. This is a white lie of his own. He already has enough money to support himself on the road, nor has he taken his current live-in job because he needs money so badly. He is here because he has not found a destination he wants to travel to. A journey without a destination is an endless journey. Wise men say that you need dreams and goals in life, but dreams to accomplish and goals to realize shine as guideposts in life precisely because life is finite. So then, what should be the dreams and goals of one who has been burdened with a life that has no end? Kime's is not a journey to be hurried, nor is it one that can be hurried. Perhaps drifting day after day with no destination cannot even be called a journey. If I were you, says the girl, I would get out of this marketplace as soon as I had saved up enough for 2 or 3 days of traveling. Kime responds to her with a silent, pained smile. What would be the look on the girl's face if Kime were to tell her, I'm staying here for you? I'm finding the meaning of my life for now and providing you with a listener for your lies. The moment these words come to mind, words he can never actually speak to her, the girl looks around furtively and says in a near whisper, If you want to get out of here soon, I know a good way you can do it. A good way? Sneak into the tailor's and steal his money. There's a little pot on the cabinet in the back of the shop. It's full of money. Are you telling me to steal it? Yes. She looks straight at Kime without the slightest show of doubt in her eyes. In all seriousness, she goes on to explain, that tailor deserves to have his place robbed. The money in the pot, she says, is tainted. I know this girl, a good friend of mine, she says, and it's so sad about her. Her mother died and her father went off to work in the capital, and she's all alone. Her father was supposed to come get her after 6 months, but she hasn't heard a thing from him. Yet another lie born of sorrow. Kime calmly asks, Is there some connection between your friend and the tailor? Of course, she says, a close connection. What's really happening is the father was sending her money every month the way he was supposed to help make her life in the town a little easier. And he kept writing to her. He wanted to tell her he found a good job in the city, and that she left a good job in the city, and she should come to live with him right away. He's too busy to come for her, so she should come to him. And he sent her money for the trip, but none of the letters or the money ever reached the girl. And why do you think that is? Before Kime can answer, the girl says, the mistake he made was to send the letters and money care of the tailor. He's been keeping all the money for himself. Kime looks away from the girl. In order to prop up one sad lie, the girl has piled on a still sadder one. A lie that can hurt another person. This is the saddest thing of all. The lock on the tailor's back door would be really easy to break, the girl adds, and she gallops away without waiting for Kime's reply. The girl comes running into the grocery store the next morning, shouting for the owner. She says directly to the woman, not to Kime, Burglars broke into the tailor shop last night. She says she saw a number of burglars sneaking in at night after the marketplace emptied out. Oh my, says the woman with a forced smile. That must have been just terrible. She's obviously not taking the girl seriously. But it's true, though. I really saw them. Look, little girl, I've had just about all I can take from you. You're such a little liar, it scares me to death to think about you growing up to be a burglar or a con artist or something. I'm busy trying to open my shop now. Do you mind? Try it on somebody else. She is hardly through speaking when somebody outside shouts, Help! Somebody come! The tailor is standing in the street looking horrified and screaming at the top of his lungs. Burglars! They took all my money! The girl slips away as the tailor comes in. The marketplace is in an uproar. The girl was not lying. That much is certain. But all too accustomed to her lies, people now suggest the possibility of another kind of lie. Maybe she did it. What do you think? And so it begins. I think you may be right. Talk about play acting. I wouldn't put it past her. Let's go find her. We'll make her tell, even if we have to get a little rough with her. No one objects to this suggestion. Some run off to the storehouse, the others start searching the marketplace. Can't find her anywhere. Storehouse is empty. She ran away with the money. All the searchers return with their reports and speculation. Kime finally understands everything. After all her sad lies, the girl has left behind one final truth. She couldn't have gotten very far. Yeah, we can still catch her. The little thief, wait till I get my hands on her. The men rage and the women fan the flames. Good, give her what she deserves. We were so nice to her, and now look at how she treats us. We can't let her get away with it. A dozen men start to run after her, but Kime stands tall in the road, blocking their way. Hey, move it. The men are out for blood, but Kime knows if he felt like it, he could knock them all down, and they wouldn't be able to lay a finger on him. Instead, he relaxes his powerful stance and throws a leather coin pouch on the ground in front of the men. The stolen money is in there, he says. What? Sorry, I stole it. A confused stir quickly turns into angry shouts. Kime raises his hands to show he will not resist. Do what you like with me. I'm ready. The lady grocer breaks through the wall of men, shouting at him, How could you do this, Kime? I wanted the money. That's all. And you're not just saying this to protect the girl? The woman's intuition is too sharp. Forcing a smile, Kime turns to the sailor and says, It was in the pot in the cabinet, right? The man nods energetically. It's true. He must have done it. I had the money in a pot. He's the thief. The money wasn't the only thing in the pot, though. Was it? What are you saying? You had some letters in there, too. Letters from the girl's father. That's a lie. Don't be crazy. It's true, though. No, there couldn't have been any letters. I threw them all. The tailor claps his hands over his mouth. But it is too late. The lady grocer stares at him. What's this all about? She demands. No. I mean, you'd better tell us everything. The people's angry glances turn from Kime to the tailor. Some days later, 2 letters arrive from the girl addressed to the lady at the grocery store and the nice man upstairs. Kime's letter says the girl managed to find her father in the capital. He has no way of knowing if this is true or not. It's hard to imagine a little girl finding her father in the big city so easily without knowing his address or workplace. Still, he decides to believe it when the girl's letter says, I am happy now. Human beings are the only animals that lie. Lies to deceive people, lies to benefit oneself, and lies to protect one's own heart from the threat of crushing loneliness and sorrow. If there were no lies in this world, much strife and misunderstanding would surely disappear. On the other hand, perhaps it is because this world is a mixture of truth and lies that people have learned how to believe. When he is through reading his letter, Kime turns to the woman. Concentrating on her own letter, she shyly raises her head when he senses Kime looking at her. I give up, she declares. Listen to this. I am so grateful to you and the others in the marketplace for all you have done for me. I will never forget you as long as I live. A liar to the bitter end, that girl, she says, smiling through her tears. I liked that one. I don't know, that one got me a little misty. I liked that one. Okay, I think my voice is going to get a break here for a little while now. Okay, we gotta go back to the gate, which this way. No, am I not going to? Thank you for riding the monorail today. We'll be departing for the Great Gate shortly. Yep, we want to go back to the gate. Alright, and no new items or anything, so... We just keep heading back out for now. Looks like we're waiting for a cutscene of some kind of trigger. There's nobody in here. I didn't look for any treasure chests. It didn't say there were any. I think it's marking the treasure chests. The, like, item map I have. I guess the added benefit of the walkthrough is it kind of... We won't mindlessly wander as much. And that's probably a good thing. Otherwise, this could take months and months and months. It's probably already going to take months and months and months, but... I'd like to be able to at least get a couple of these done here. What is this panel? How should I go about this? This cargo lift is a tricky little thing. Hey, you there, do you know how to use this thing? Can't get up there without going on the list, but it's pretty easy to screw up if you aren't careful. Plus, there's that junk in there, too. But I've got to get these lifts moving, though. What to do? Work the lifts for them? Yeah, sure. Give me a hand, what a relief. Well, then, let me explain how this thing works. You use these 3 levers to work the lifts. Each lift can stop at the top, middle, or bottom, and we need to get all of them to the bottom here. Tricky part is that pulling one lever moves 2 lifts at once. What's worse, each lift goes up and down on its own. Okay. Standard puzzle type. Also, you can move the lifts only a set number of times. After 6 movements, you'll automatically reset to its default position, so you can't screw it up too badly at the very least. Go ahead and give it a shot. Okay. I'm confused as to which lever is which. What's my goal? Because I feel like they're all lined up. Okay, I'm... Oh no, apparently that was not correct. Okay, I thought I needed them just lined. I was gonna say that was way too easy. No, we'll figure this out. Okay, so... Maybe I want... Oh, do I want one on each? Is that what it's telling me? Because I could get the far bottom one. Or do I want it down here on the bottom? I'm very confused. I don't know what my goal is. Let me come over here and interact with this thing for a minute. Okay. So I want to make myself a path. Okay. So we need... Yeah, we need the far right, or the lowest one at the bottom. We need this one here. And we need the other one right above us. I think we had that, didn't we? I guess I just needed to quit. Oh, I guess I didn't have it because it does tell me I got it right. Much easier when I know what I'm doing. Alright, anyway, I can finally clear out all the junk up there. If you see anything you want, take it. I think it was my thanks to you for helping me move this thing. Yeah, let's go see what's up there. Not the fastest thing we've ever done, but I'm gonna be really upset. Hold on, I mean... Platinum gauntlet, yeah. Wants me to kick something too. A soldier told me he lost his helmet. Where the heck could it be? He said he dropped it through the gap while he was going up on the lift. When he went back to fetch it, it was gone. Okay. Supposed to kick something. Yeah, I know. Again, never would have found whatever this is that we're gonna get. If we're gonna get anything at all. Oh, I have to go up and see it first. Oh, I see it, yeah. That dumbass hoop helmet. I'm gonna give it to him. Maybe I wouldn't have. Maybe I would have kept it. Hey, that's the soldier's helmet. Where was it? Wow, it was stuck on there? I will return the helmet to the soldier. Thank you so much. All right, I better repay you. Oh, an anodone brooch? Okay, we would have gotten one of those later. What was the platinum thing I got, though? Platinum gauntlet, guard heal. Recovers HP when defend is used. Okay. That'll save us some time in the long run, I think, too, because I don't think we would have gotten that till later. Nothing we wouldn't have managed to get no matter what. But this will just allow us to kind of learn some skills a little faster, I think. Or a little earlier, maybe. I'm still sticking with factual analysis first, though. Okay, I think we're all itemed out here now.
Why aren't we leaving? We should have already been gone by now.
I'm waiting for somebody.
What? Who?
There's somebody else on the team.
Huh? I haven't heard about that.
I have.
That really made me chuckle.
This is the other guy?
Yeah.
Whoa, baby. What a... I can't believe I love it.
Reeks of booze.
Why are you late?
Can't you tell? A man's gotta do certain things before leaving on a mission like this. I know what I had to do.
Jerk.
I love that exaggerated.
Thank you, my lovely. Do or die Johnson is now off to meet certain death.
I miss you. Oh, Jensen, come back to us. We still have that bottle
Oh, that is
for you.
so sweet. I know. Oh, don't say that. That's so nice. Hey, oh, you girls, I'm already missing you. Hey, can I have just 15 more minutes? I need 15 for her, and her. That's 45 minutes. That's all I'm asking.
Like we would wait for you, you worthless drunk.
That hurt.
You poor things.
I think I
You
was
know
very
what?
good.
You're free to go.
Hey,
Thanks for bringing him to us.
Well, thank you. You're such a doll. You'll come and play with us next time, honey. More than
Hey,
that.
don't touch me. Get out of here. Shoo!
Oh, that's not very nice. Okay, bye-bye, girls. Don't cry. I'll be back. Don't worry. Okay. Bye again.
Great. Just what we need. More useless baggage.
Hey, that's not nice. I ain't gonna come in real handy. You know, you can count on it. Oh, hey.
Who's counting on what?
Ow. Hey. Man, you are so angry. What is your problem? Hey, you ready?
Are you? Alright, the skill link tutorial. So mortals like Jensen learn new skills by raising their levels, but immortals don't acquire new skills by leveling up. Mortals can learn skills from mortals using Skill Link. Configure Skill Link from the skill menu. By selecting Immortal, all of the skills learned will be displayed. Select the skill you want to learn and the link will be established. To learn a skill, you must fill the SP gauge. SP can be gained in battle. An Immortal using a skill link with a mortal can only earn SP towards the linked skill if they are both in the formation. After using the skill link, don't forget. Yeah. Skills can also be learned from accessories. We already talked about that part. Skills learned from mortals will not be effective until you assign them in skill slots. Mortals can use the skills assigned in the skill slots. Don't forget to assign. Oh, so that is the other way we will be able to teach the immortal skills. By linking up with our buddies. And I think... what do we want to do? Do we want white or black magic? Black magic's generally going to be attack. White's generally going to be heal. Although I believe there's like drain black magic that can heal you and like holy white magic that can do damage. So not completely set in stone. I think we'll do that though. The nice thing is our immortals can do it at the same time. So we don't have to do one at a time like we will with the equipment. Ooh, we need to make some rings too. What do we want to give you? Guard heal or poison immunity? Poison immunity might be best for the time being. Get that longer one out of the way. And we'll give you... yeah, we'll give you the Berserker's necklace. Oh yeah, we can't set it until we've actually learned it. And unfortunately, our mortals don't get to learn the skills off of items like everybody else. So, it kind of means the mortals suck. No, I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. Mortals learn a lot of useful stuff on their own. That being said, I think we will primarily have a team of immortals. What is this dude dripping? Look at that eyeglass. I love this. Well, this is quite rare, running into travelers in a place like this. you're going on a journey, then you sure lucked out running into me. I've just got some new wares in stock, so take a look at what I have to offer. Beyond the Great Gate is a dangerous region infested with monsters. You'd best be prepared if you're traveling through there. From equipment to medicine, I've got everything you need. Do you now? So we can learn steel from Jensen, so we don't really need that. We already have one of those. We might want some healing stuff. Grab a couple antidotes. We don't need any bombs. We'll get 2 mana herbs for now. That should keep us fairly decent. I run a small and humble shop in the city of Aura. If you ever need a medicine or such, pay me a visit. I think you'll be quite happy with what you'll find. Yeah, there's no weapons in this, is it? It's all just kind of accessories. So here's another kind of nicer thing about this, depending upon who you are. No wandering from place to place in this game. It's just kind of an open map that'll take us directly to a dungeon or a town or, you know, whatever it is we're doing in that instance. Now we get to go item hunting again.
Quick, easy bug. I just gotta follow him. This is like a death march. Hey, we gotta get through that. There's no road.
Pull yourself together. If this is all it takes to wear you out, we're in trouble.
Yeah, well, I don't wear out in bed.
Once we get through here, there's the Ypsilon Range. Those mountains are steep and rugged. The weather is unpredictable. And since the ground is unstable, we have to be on the lookout for rock slides too. Of course, I expect to see you take a tumble into
so
the canyon
quick.
before we see any rocks doing it.
Yeah, funny. You know, Lord Gongora was saying you have a problem with your memory, right? I mean, you sure know these mountains well enough. And of course, you know you shave your legs every day and you pluck your eyebrows. And you owe me money, so I'm confused. You sure you really don't remember?
My body remembers.
What?
There was a time when I used to rush through here. I was a pirate, and supposedly I also went through these mountains. But I just don't know what the truth is. I don't have any answers.
Huh. Well, what about you? Did anyone tell you what you once were?
No.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Well, since you're so upbeat and happy, I doubt if anyone will remember you.
That's fine with me.
Oh?
My body also remembers.
How so?
Just that it was painful. If I happen to remember, and my past didn't amount to much, then I think it's probably better to have never remembered.
Oh yeah, that's smart.
Kaim, there's no need to rush it. Your memories will come back gradually. And they're not all bad.
Or 5 times if you go into the same bar over and over again.
You just had one.
Yeah, how about some water? A little fruit? How about a foot massage? My feet don't stink. Kaim, you up for that? Hello?
Okay, we got one behind us. God, why is there money up a tree? I guess the good question would be, why do random monsters always have money too? That was one of the fun things about FF12. They'd drop like teeth or pelts or something that you could then sell for money. Made a lot more sense. Alright. Oh, I need to make them rings too. I forgot. Hey look, the enemy's got a little formation going. In a formation, the front row provides a defensive wall for the back row, so any damage inflicted on the enemy's back row is reduced. That's what those gauges in the top corners are. We can see how tight the front row's defense is with this. Guard condition. The gauge on the upper left-hand corner of the screen indicates the enemy's guard condition. The gauge on the upper right indicates allies' guard condition. Guard condition is made up of the total HP of the front row. By attacking the enemies in the front row, you can reduce their guard condition. Easy enough, right? Get rid of the enemies in the front row, and the back row will start losing its defense. Hey, that's not bad at all. See how the guard condition has gone down? The higher the guard condition, the less damage you can cause to the enemies in the back row. When the guard condition reaches 0, any damage inflicted will no longer be reduced. I'll be in the back, so guard me well. These Kecleon enemies are... Oh, I forgot. These Kecleon enemies are actually shared with Blue Dragon, too. Look, now they're casting a spell. Here's a little hint for you. See the action order display on the bottom. Well, you punched out the guy who was trying to cast a spell, right? That extended the amount of time he needs to pull the spell off. It's called casting interference. If you manage to cause enough interference, you can even keep the spell from popping off till the next turn. Well, enough talk. I'd say let's get rid of this rabble. Alright, first battle done. First real battle at least. Yeah, so we got 2 SP for that, so. It kind of shows you what it's like to view the spell tutorial. Yeah, we probably should. Spells can be bought in stores or learned by raising your level. Merely acquiring a spell does not mean you can use it. Spells can only be used when you equip skills needed for the spell in question. Use the menu to view the list of spells you learned in the spell book. This will also display the MP required casting time in which character can use the magic. Alphabetical letters represent the casting speed within one turn. S is the fastest and it will go slower from A to H. The number represents how many turns are required before the spell takes effect. Oh, damn it. Yeah, so strategic magic use in this game. Another thing I really like about it. You can't just kind of spam something because you may end up not being able to get it off for a couple turns. Rings. We need rings. Alright. The question is, should we give Jensen a flame ring? Yeah, I'm not going to bother with giving him a ring just yet. He's not very strong. Yeah, so 2 out of 20 there now. We'll just learn skills slowly as we go through the game. And now we just get to play a little bit. No encounters, really? Is the game broken? What kind of RPG doesn't destroy you with random encounters? And ground. Hey, we got a spell. Cool. Cool. Alright, that looks like we got something here. Very confused.
If it's a fight you want, you got it.
Oh shit, this is a much bigger fight. Are they all front row? They are. Maybe I should have given him a fire ring. I don't know what to be most afraid of. I wasn't expecting a fight with 4 different types of enemies. What do you have right now? This is all one enemy stuff, isn't it? Alright, I didn't send my cast to next time. That hurt. Let's get rid of the bird. That thing freaking hurt. I'll heal kind up. Dang, can't believe I get these perfects back to back. Alright, we're good from here though. Oh, nice. Seth can do it in one hit.
That was
Yeah.
close enough.
So I know what you're thinking. Wow, that one fight, we got all we needed for a level. It's always 100 to a level. And we'll get to a point fairly quickly in each area where fights start giving us only like 2 experience per fight. So there won't be a ton of grinding in the game, like I said. Alright, so we just learned a bunch of skills. So let's set all that for now. We'll get black magic going. Same for you. No reason not to set them with everything right now. And then we'll want to change this. Yeah, let's do guard heal. Okay. That's the one I already hit, isn't it? Very confused because it says there should be an item here. But I can't even like get to the place it's telling me the item is. Good news is it's not really an important item, so. And this one is though. We definitely want this one. You see the 2 pots here. We already know they always have stuff in them. Oh, a slot seed. Okay, so we're not going to use that right now, but we'll talk about it. So a slot seed can be used on an immortal to give them another skill slot. So you see how Kym and Seth both have 3 slots right now? We can give them that, and then we can equip more skills that we've learned as we give them those things. There are, I believe, a limited amount of them in the game, so we want to use them on the characters we know we're going to use a lot. So I will be waiting for the time being, at least, to put them on anyone. At least until we've gotten one more person. Knight's Code. Did we already have a Knight's Code? Or antidotes, okay. Recovers GC when using defending while being attacked. Okay, no, we did not have a Knight's Code. All good stuff.
Guess we have no choice.
Again, the goal will be to eventually teach all of the immortals everything they can possibly learn. We got a big old group of Kecleons here. Alright, now theoretically, we can kill these. We'll let you do that. My cats are yelling at each other. Girls, be nice. Dang, didn't get the perfect. Alright, still enough for a one hit though. Now I'm using MP willy-nilly, but I'm fairly certain that at any save points we restore HP and MP, so I think it's fairly safe to use resources.
Before you look, I always say.
Maybe not items, but... Okay, so we got the items over there. Looks like this tree as well. Cool. And we move along. Alright. There's a story coming up. I want to make sure we don't miss that. Looks like we're okay right now. Guess I could potentially just run to the stuff that's actually like useful, but maybe I don't know what's useful. Maybe I'm a silly person. I wouldn't put it past me. Alright, we got 2 birds and a deer. What do we do on the deer before ground? Oh, is the deer back right? Crap. Well, it doesn't matter if it was now.
That wasn't very fun.
Alright, Kime learned black magic, so let's switch that. Don't know that it's going to be super important for him to have black magic too, so we'll just learn steel first since it's faster. Oh, I accidentally put black magic 2 on for Seth. That's fine. Again, we're going to try and learn all of them anyway, so. Okay, so we got that, and there's... This one is important, because this is another seed. Yeah, I now know why I feel like I've never found all this crap. I probably never checked that tree. A lot of it's just ring construction material. Oh, barricade, that's another spell. Flare bomb. And I think this tree. Yep. So theoretically, we should be at 17 seeds. Let's see. Oh, God, I keep doing that. Yep, 17. Alright. And we're clear to just move forward.
Hey, I want to ask a favor. I'm just going to ask this once, okay? Will you listen?
All right already. What do you want?
Whining. Okay. Is that all you can say? Can't we just rest in that hut over there?
All you do is complain, complain, complain.
not like you two. I'm a normal human being.
I don't know about normal.
What should we do?
All right. Let's rest.
Thank you.
All right. Looks like we got quite a bit of stuff in here, too. This one's obvious. There's our seed. We'll get through the scenes here, and then I think we'll call it a night. Well, I guess morning for when this goes live. Search glasses? What are you? Reveals the HP and status of enemy. Oh, I want that too. The road to the peak lies beyond the door, I guess. It's getting late, though. How about we call it a night? Okay. Oh, more magic. Well, let's call it a night indeed. Do I have to talk to Jensen? Hey, there's a bed here. Let's stay here. Rest here, yes.
Listen, if either Kime or Seth seem like they're starting to regain even a fragment of their memories, use this.
What is it? Oh, hi. I couldn't sleep. I'm usually exercising, sparring with people, and I work out a lot before I...
Was that all?
Was what all? About what?
You know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know what you mean. What do you mean?
Alright, and we will go and save, and this will be our stopping point. I hope you've enjoyed this. I know this is a long video for a long game. Not many people are going to watch this. If you did, know it means the world to me. And I really hope you enjoyed it. I love this game. I love a lot of the RPGs we're going to be playing in this kind of time slot of the videos I make. So hopefully you enjoy them. Also, always save twice, cut once. But yeah, with that, we're all done for today. See you next week. Hey everybody, it's Chris. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button and you'll see when the next videos come out. If you really want to help the channel, hit that like button.